For real? Oh, no. Let's go.
Boston
State of OH. In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA, USA, USA.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You ping.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. on this Walk Wednesday, November 26, 2025. This sports program begins now.
Football!
It is magical, and I'll tell you what, the next couple of days might be the greatest we've had in some time. Tomorrow, Thanksgiving. We hope you have a great one with your family and your friends, and we hope there's no disagreements, no drama. We hope everybody kumbayas around the fact that we're together in celebrating life and celebrating football in a huge way. 1 o'clock kickoff as opposed to the normal noon kickoff. Don't love that. A lot of people schedule their Thanksgiving to start around noon 30. This adds about another 45 minutes of time where there could potentially be something not about football that comes up. Don't love the NFL doing that, but what I do love is the slate they put together. Green Bay taking on Detroit. Halftime show, Jack White.
Hey.
Could just do that.
Should just do that.
Whole place would go crazy. He might actually shut us down just for doing that. That song is very protected because of how much it is loved. That particular lick right there makes everybody go crazy. I was very fortunate and lucky enough to have that song for WrestleMania whenever I was taking on Austin Theory. And one of the most electrifying situations. So where's he at?
Hopefully in a hole. Probably looking at himself in the mirror, be like, look at my muscles.
Oh, all right. I hear what you guys are saying, and I beat him at WrestleMania. But, I mean, he was like the picture-perfect sports center. Where the hell is he?
He was awesome.
He was, where is he?
Where is he?
Would probably be okay with seeing him, from time to time.
Hearing him, seeing him, anything like, nonetheless.
That's a business.
Jack White will absolutely crush it at halftime, and the Green Bay Packers need one, and Detroit needs one. Detroit favored by 3 at home. That's wild. Foxy, how do you feel on this Thanksgiving, as opposed to a Thanksgiving maybe 10 years ago when Lions fans, the annual tradition of everybody from around Detroit was, let's gather around in the freezing cold and watch our Lions suck for 30 years. And the NFL is going to force us all and force the world to see our team. There's going to be some electrifying players. Matthew Stafford was through there, Calvin Johnson, obviously, and way back, Barry Sanders' machine was there. But this team's probably inevitably going to break the hearts of their fans, and it's going to be electrifying for the other side. Now, Foxy, favored against the Packers at home with Jack White at halftime. Eminem directing it. Let's assume he's dropping in.
I hope so.
He's the director, producer of the halftime performance.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the reason why they got Jack White. I think Jack White is like not an easy booking. I don't think that is something that is just necessarily easy to do. So maybe Eminem drops in there. MCDC now third, fourth week calling plays. We're going to be all the way back in it. How do you feel going into Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it is normally Thanksgiving tradition in the Fox household to watch the Lions absolutely lose, heartbreaking fashion, the worst thing ever, until MCDC was hired. Now we're sitting here, we're 7-4. Did we look great against the Giants? No, but we won. A win's a win. We'll take it. If you would have told me 10 years ago when I was sitting in my living room with all my aunts, uncles, and everyone watching the Lions lose that we'd be 7-4 with the chance to win the NFC North, the chance to win the Super Bowl, I'd be fired up on Thanksgiving. So
Think about that, boy. Think about that little boy.
Exactly. And I think a lot of Lions fans need to think about that. We've come a long way since
the little
those
boys
days.
and little girls up there in Detroit.
We've scored the second most points in the NFL still, and everyone thinks our O-line stinks. Everyone thinks golf stinks. Everyone thinks our offense stinks. No, we're fine. We'll be okay.
It's the most points. The Colts, they're not playing on Thanksgiving. They should be. I've had the honor of playing in the Turkey Bowl of all Turkey Bowls on Thanksgiving. We took on the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was a legendary evening, but watching ball on Thanksgiving is just a part of Americana at this point. Green Bay Packers need one here? Is that how you're viewing it? Or Green Bay Packers ready and primed to put on a show for the entire country and kick off Thanksgiving in a lot of homes?
Yeah, I think so, but at the same token, absolutely need one here. It was a couple years ago on Thanksgiving, the Packers went into Detroit. They were 7.5-point dogs. They were sitting at 3-6. They won that game, and that kind of catapulted them in Jordan Love's first year as a starter to make the playoffs, and everyone's saying, hey, he's a guy. Now it's completely flipped. The offense to the exact opposite of Detroit. Like, the offense isn't great, but the defense is going to keep him in most games. And it's just Micah Parsons is used to
Michael?
Yeah, Michael is used to donning that star on the side of his helmet on Thanksgiving. Well, now he gets to don that G on the side of his helmet. Exactly. And he's a big time performer. I think he loves, the moment, the situation. So I'm very excited for this game. I just hope it's a good one. I hope it's not like a 10-7. We don't need to be
sleepy that early in the morning going into, your second plate and all that kind of stuff. So I hope it's a good one.
I got good news for you. Very rarely is a game sleepy with Jahmyr Gibbs on the field. Obviously, he has 3 of the top 5 speeds that have been reached this season. Now, fastest guy, obviously, Jonathan Taylor.
Obviously.
I mean, this guy's moving faster than
Week
school
2.
zone speed limits. Yeah, it was early. He was getting high. He started out hot, 22.38 miles an hour. Now you got 22 miles an hour, 0.3, 22.23, 22.17. And then Brian Thomas Jr., obviously wide receiver, representing there at 22.13 miles an hour. Jahmyr Gibbs is electrifying. I mean, that number 0 is worth the watch, worth the price of admission. And if Jared Goff and them boys can get going, I think this could be an electrifying Thanksgiving. But with the way these teams have been playing, it does feel like we are in for a little bit of a cagey affair early, but maybe some highlights will take place. And then, obviously, Boston Connor, that second game down there in Big D World.
Oh, yeah.
Kansas City, fresh off a huge win over the best team in the NFL. Fresh off a massive comeback, overtime dub over the Indianapolis Colts. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Andy Reid, 3.5-point favorites taking on the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. Now, Post Malone's the halftime performer, which obviously has such a deep connection to Dallas and the Cowboys. There's some stories coming out about Post Malone literally being born and raised almost with the Dallas Cowboys and everything like that. And we appreciate the hell out of his showmanship. I got a chance to watch him live at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Post is going to put on a show. That guy gets out there and he comes a lot. He is supposed to be in front of humans. So I'm excited for that particular. Feels like the NFL is putting on a show.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs, Dallas Cowboys. What are you looking forward to most in that? Dak Prescott and the boys showcasing resiliency last week, and George Pickens maybe becoming the best wide receiver in the ball? Or is it Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the boys in the Kansas City Chiefs train coming all the way back to being who they are?
Kind of love both of them, just because it's desperation time for both teams. Like, there's nothing better than watching two teams who have to win in order for their season to continue. Like the first game, Packers and Lions, no matter how that kind of ends up, they're both going to be in it. For the Chiefs and the Cowboys, this is kind of win or go home. You could probably argue the Chiefs aren't going home if they lose, but the Cowboys definitely are. Huge loss for the Chiefs is starting right guard Trey Smith. That's going to be huge, especially with Quinn Williams, Frank Clark, Osa
Odigizua
in the middle as well for the defensive line for the front of the program, defensive line for the Cowboys. But I'm just excited to watch the offenses, man. The biggest thing with Thanksgiving is the 10-7 games that just can't happen. Can't have that. Mahomes is firing on all cylinders. Dak's firing on all cylinders. I'm more excited, though, for the Cowboys because I really hope they go on a run here.
Yeah, everybody likes the Cowboys, and BA said they've dug themselves too deep of a hole, especially with the division and where it sits for them to make it into the playoffs. But that would be an incredible story at the end of the year if the Dallas Cowboys are the best Dallas Cowboys that we've ever seen over the last 10 years, and they can't make the playoffs because of how ass they were at the beginning of the year on the defensive side of the ball. Feels like their defense has kind of got it figured out. And you talk about that front four that the Dallas Cowboys have that are very dominant. Let's go to 12-year NFL vet, Super Bowl champion, offensive lineman guru, ladies and gentlemen, in the trenches, AQ Shipley's here.
Yeah,
Happy Thanksgiving, AQ. Thank you for traveling out here. We hope you are spectacular. Trey Smith being out there, is that game changer? Because we've seen when Patrick Mahomes doesn't have a lot of protection, it is very problematic for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, he relies on a very good offensive line, and when he doesn't have his best offensive lineman in Trey Smith, I think it's a huge problem. The backup Caliendo serves as not Frank, but Caliendo.
Frank Caliendo is a real talent.
It's his son, right?
That's right. But listen, I think Josh Simmons being back as his left tackle was huge. He played fantastic. Super athletic guy, left tackle, first-round pick. Using the chop, a lot of guys.
Deion Dawkins.
Yeah, the Deion Dawkins. They like to call penalties on that. They did not. He had about 7 of them, so he'll probably get called for 3 of them this week because they see it on film. But listen, Caliendo being in there needs to step up because Trey Smith's an absolute weapon.
Okay, so let's talk about the interior. We saw Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl against you guys running for his life. We see whenever Patrick Mahomes doesn't have success, it's normally because the offensive line cannot allow him to develop. Their offense, after watching it last week, they got all their speed back. Rasheed Rice, Xavier Worthy. And they were just doing this to us. This Andy Reid was going, all right, we've run out of crossing route plays, but I think you guys get the hint here, right? We're just one of you's going to be on this side, the other one's going to be on this side, and then you guys just going through the shit. And Sauce and Moody are going to have to keep up, and they're going to get lost in the sauce. And it was either Rasheed Rice or Xavier Worthy. That was literally the entire game, all the way through. Over everything, the entire offense was these two guys being so fast, and then they got a couple of tight ends that are able to cook in the middle. And then obviously, if you're able to get the run game going with Kareem Hunt, who has had a hell of a second, third career here.
Yeah. And Pacheco back.
Yeah, and Pacheco back. That's huge news for Thanksgiving for America that we get Pacheco back. It's like it all depends kind of on the offensive line being good, right? Isn't that kind of the Kansas City Chiefs story?
Well, if you remember a couple years ago, we talked about it. Andy Reid throws it all over the yard in the regular season. Remember a couple years ago, we talked about it. Once the playoffs start, we get the run game going. He starts to lean on that run game. They start to play. If you remember a couple years ago, they went into Baltimore and just ran it down their throats en route to a Super Bowl appearance, right? Obviously, they need to get that going. This was a playoff game for them. They were backs against the wall, and they had 41 rushing attempts. They ran for almost 150 yards. They started to bring out all of the running formations, and that obviously opened up the mesh game and the pass game.
Patrick Mahomes, okay, needs to not get hit.
Yeah.
We don't need America seeing him get hit on Thursday. Now, granted, if it's a sack, take him through the ground. But we don't need him running around trying to run people over. And that is a new part of his game this year. And I know he's always been active. There's the plays in the past where he's literally levitated on his left arm and scored a touchdown. And he always talks about how he has a little bit of athleticism. Patrick Mahomes has been described as a long time as a sneaky athletic man, okay, which is a crazy thing to talk about, but it is very real. This year, after seeing him at Texas Tech, I think he has put on some weight, and I think he feels a little bit more like a dominant runner. He said he's delivering the hits, not taking the hits. Mentality, I don't like that at all for the guy that we need to be watching on TV every single week, but I do think that's an added element, especially if they're going to have to go ahead and keep track of these two speedsters on the outside. Patrick Mahomes getting stuff with his feet, very alive this year. Like, not that it wasn't in the past, but this year it's like more so than ever. He's looking to become mobile guy more this year than maybe we've seen him. And it's not just like extending plays to throw the wasp or whatever the hell he was throwing to Tyreek Hill. He's going. He's trying to get some shit. It's like Chiefs team can be fun. Huge win over the Colts. I mean, huge win over the Colts.
You also mentioned Tyreek Hill there. I believe 4 of Tyreek Hill's last 5 tweets on Sunday were about the Chiefs, so a lot of people are like, oh, that's interesting. Tyreek Hill maybe not getting cut from the Dolphins because that wouldn't make sense, but maybe getting traded back there for next season if all doesn't go well for the Kansas City Chiefs. So another thing to watch on Thanksgiving will be Tyreek Hill's Twitter.
Yeah, because he's probably going to be pretty active in the entire thing. Also, another thing to see about Tyreek Hill, not in the top 5 ball carriers there. Not zero Tyreek Hills in there in the top 5, which is a crazy change of times. And let's go to the nighttime, the primetime game on Thanksgiving, a nightcap for the AFC North on NBC. Cincinnati with Joe Burrow returning. Hey, that Hey, Joey B. Thanksgiving treat.
Yeah,
it is cool.
Joey Burr coming back. That's going to be fantastic. Jamar Chase also coming back. He was suspended from on Jalen Ramsey's face. He's apologized to everybody. He said he would like to move on. Let's play. I'm happy Joey B's back. Let's go ahead and play football. They're going to be on a mission. This Baltimore Ravens defense, obviously, we've seen some good. We've seen some suspect. And now they're trending in a direction where everybody thinks they're going to continue to win out. Cincinnati Bengals, especially on Thanksgiving, Joe Burrow back, Jamar Chase back, Lamar Jackson on the other side. This one has fireworks written all over it. Does it not, Tone?
Yeah, it does. Joe Burrow always plays really well against the Ravens. He loves playing Baltimore. He has admitted that. And this one had all the makings to potentially be a shite bowl when it came out, when we saw it, when Joe Burrow was hurt. And just because the Bengals record, it had that chance. But now that Joe's back, all the teammates have talked about how they have the responsibility to step up and play well for Joe. Jamar is going to want to play really well. Baltimore is winning. They are now first in the AFC North, but they haven't looked incredible yet. They're winning these games, but they're tight. Lamar has been banged up. Derrick Henry hasn't got going officially yet. So I think this is like a statement game for potentially Baltimore. And then since he's getting Joe back, so they're going to be trying as hard as they possibly can at 3-8. So I think it's going to be a good game.
To echo your point, Derrick Henry had 2 touchdowns this past weekend, but the story had been it hasn't been a Derrick Henry season like it has been in the past. Maybe they have found giving the ball to the 6'5", 250-pound guy who's somehow faster than he's ever been. Derrick Henry, absolute stud. He's a show in of itself. So Thanksgiving Day should have great ball.
Oh, hell yeah.
That means there's zero conflicts around Thanksgiving dinner tables.
Huge. Pending topics.
Yeah.
No conflict.
Some good conversations, though. I already sent over a couple talking points I want to hit.
Oh, you put some concepts in there?
Oh, yeah, and they're going to cause some drama.
No drama. Let's do football, because here's another. Maybe you talk about this. Lil Jon, halftime performer, Cincinnati versus Baltimore.
Wow.
What?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
All of it. We're talking just bangers after bangers after bangers. That place is going to be upside down at the bank. It's going to be. I heard there's a chance Butta's going to be in there. Stavi's going to be in there. I think they're even going to give a what? Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a whole. Lil Jon, can't help but, that's the only reason he made music, I think, was to make you
move.
So that's what Thanksgiving night's going to
Feel it.
be. That's what you should add into the conversation pieces for Thanksgiving.
It'll be
family and friends.
It'll be in there. Hopefully the cocktails aren't flowing that much, so Thursday night we can make it all the way.
It feels like it's a bit more. Nope, not going to say it.
What's that?
Nope, not going to do it.
You might as well.
I just feel like past Thanksgivings heading in, I think we all had much more of a thought like, hey, there's about to be a lot of wars around family tables now. I don't feel like it's that much right now. Maybe because I'm strictly football world and football is up and to the right. I don't know that. But boy, it feels like we're about to have the greatest Thanksgiving of all time. And then we're going to wake up I've had a lot of mean things said to me about something that happened
Just a couple
like 2
weeks
weeks
ago.
ago.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and I should have.
I think it's
I should have known.
still
that was
pretty toxic out
See,
there.
people on me, people would say you should have known this was. Yeah, of course I should. Yeah, and we certainly do now going forward now. But then we wake up on Friday morning, Christmas season.
Yeah.
No more games, right?
Oh, there it is.
What?
Black Friday game.
Oh!
Bears, great. Eagles, always awesome. 3:00 Friday on Prime. Now, this will be Kirk and Al?
I believe so, yeah.
Kirk and Al will be on the call. Shout out to them. Shout out to Prime also creating a new football day. Okay, Thanksgiving was always a day. Now Black Friday becomes day. There's going to be a super duper Saturday that's going to come at some point whenever maybe there's a drop in college football game somehow. There'll be a Wednesday night game. We assume WAF will return.
No doubt.
Wednesday afternoon football happened during COVID.
Best game of all time.
Yeah, Commanders, Steelers. I mean, that is certainly a game that'll be talked about forever. But Wednesday afternoon football will come. Wednesday night football will come. Super duper Saturday football will come. And Black Friday is here to stay. And I assume there's going to be multiple games going forward on Black Friday as well, because this was sold obviously to Amazon. I forget the number, probably 1 billion something. And then you could probably sell another one of those. Yesterday's Thanksgiving schedule, 3 different networks. Okay, so we're going to get a Thanksgiving paycheck here. It's good for players, remember. We're going to get a Thanksgiving paycheck here. And then we're going to get one from here. And then what are you going to do on Friday? Well, streaming companies are in this thing. Okay, we're going to take one from Amazon. We can get a night game, can't we? Absolutely. All right, YouTube, welcome back into the game. Thank you, YouTube. You're coming back in here. In the NFL, and Roger Goodell are just saying, you guys love football and food, don't you? Yeah, let's just do Thanksgiving, right? And we are saying, yes, more games, the better. Actually hate that thing starts at 1. Wish there was almost a morning game somehow. So it could be like a turkey bowl that is happening around neighborhoods all over football towns. Those are still happening, right?
I would assume so. I've seen
Turkey
some stuff
bowls,
on the
I
internet,
think
people
so.
preparing for them.
Well, that's Corey G.
Yeah.
Okay, and he is building a turkey bowl field that I don't think I've ever seen a private citizen own. I mean, he's been painting this thing up, and it's all. I like to see that. That's Ohio, though. Is it happening everywhere? I assume turkey bowl games are happening everywhere still?
I would assume in football states, your Ohio's, your Pennsylvania's, basically anywhere east of the Mississippi. I'm thinking it's happening. I don't see why not. I actually, when was it? It was Sunday. And it was like 12:30, and I was driving, and I saw a group of friends playing 2-on-2 football in the front yard, like 12:30, right before the game started. I was like, oh, that was my childhood. That was awesome to see. So I think we're going to get it still.
Yeah, I did see actually a crazy one. I think it was from this year, this dude carrying a guy and running over another one. It was one of the more impressive turkey bowl things I've ever seen.
Send it in. We'll definitely we'll want to show it at some point.
Good idea.
Yeah, we love a good turkey bowl highlight.
Oh, nothing better.
I mean, I'm still living off of one of them. I had one highlight. We lost it by 20 in that game. Nobody will know. We run that highlight all the time. Look at this completion. Good times. Everybody celebrating. I'm dancing, doing our thing. We lose by 20. I get called in the office the next day. Remember that kind of.
That was it.
It does kind of.
That was the beginning of the end.
Well, the beginning of the end, as you know, was years before that.
True.
I mean, retirement was being talked about for years.
Send it in. It's fire.
Really?
I think it's one that even you guys will be like, okay, maybe turkey bowls are back.
Okay, I am happy to hear that there's optimism that turkey bowls are still happening. Have you seen the shirts off, boys?
No.
Basically at every university.
Oh,
yeah.
It feels like we've gone back in time.
Yeah.
Like there is a lot of that happening. Now, I did a journalistic piece on that. Bert Kreischer, the OG of being shirtless in public, was in there. And we told a story and made a couple stats up about how shirtless in stadiums is up 7,000% or something like that. I think that number's only gone up. I love the community and the camaraderie that's happening. Maybe football is back to its state of like, hey, this is good time. This is special. This is what we need to be. Maybe we understand that because we live it every single day and we doubt that others do. I think others understand that as well. How could you not whenever you see everything that's happening on the field. How could you not with the story? How could you not with the people coming together? Isn't that what Thanksgiving is all about?
Yes, it
that's
is,
what
brother.
turkey bowls are all about.
That's exactly
We
right.
need to have these turkey bowls still happen, and I have faith that the next generation of turkey bowlers is going to put together a highlight reel of a turkey bowl this particular turkey day. Now, here's the highlight. This is from 2009, it says. This is a little bit of a throwback. It looks like it looks like it's Indianapolis, maybe. Throw. Okay. Wow. Boom! Jeez. Who is that? Is that All-Star?
My God.
Might be.
Oh, my God. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen. That might have been him, actually.
That was unbelievable.
A man who's in the bull ring of honor for the Houston Texans. This weekend, he's calling the Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts. Feels like there's going to be some biased journalism taking place. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, future first ballot Hall of Famer, CBS broadcaster, J.J. Watt.
Yeah. Wow.
Whoa. We just talked about it. Nope.
Tarp it off. Come on.
I'm not going to do it.
Pop that thing. Pop that top, big dog.
I'm not going to do it. I got the ears thing, the whole
Come
thing.
on.
Yeah, I got it in a bad spot. I can't do it, especially with what.
That's fine.
Especially with him. So
it's a predetermined thing on game day every week because you got to get the ears off. You got to get the wires off.
No, it's wired underneath.
Good beard.
Everything's wired underneath. Never on my show do I wire underneath because I don't need to be shirtless in a Thunderdome. I didn't do that. Everything in game day
Makes
is
sense.
wired underneath, though. Hey, you look pretty good, dude. You look super jacked. Where are you? Just kind of hanging out at the house?
My son wanted to go to the beach this morning. I said, I got the show at 10. He said, I want to go to the beach. And he just started screaming. So we went to the beach. I tried to do the show from the beach. And Foxy said, this ain't going to work, pal. You got no reception. I said, that makes sense. So I ran back to the casa. And there's better Wi-Fi here. But I am now sufficiently out of breath.
And also very away from your kid. Is your kid okay on the beach or what?
I hope so. Who knows? Not me.
Go on, Koa. Go on, boy. Go on. Jage, thanks for making this happen. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy beach day to you and your boy. Traps look good, bro. You look really good. You're kind of glistening right now, too, kind of glowing from the run. You should feel good about where you're at. Beard looks phenomenal as well. Really, all things going good for you right now in your face and upper shoulder area.
Thanks. Yeah, I realize there's no bye weeks in broadcasting. That was a slight shock. So no bye weeks, 18 road games in a row. Had to find a way to hit a beach somewhere in there, and this is it.
Hey, smart. Good for the family, good for the mind. Let's talk about what you have this weekend now. You better enjoy that beach now, brother, because it's going to be hostile in the lighthouse for the Houston Texans. What is your film study saying about what the environment's about to be like in Lucas Oil Stadium, officially known as the Lighthouse, Mr. J.J. Watt?
You know I love myself some Lucas Oil. I'm looking forward to this game. It's a massive, massive, massive matchup in the AFC South. And I also have the Colts Jaguars next weekend. So you're getting me back to back here. Very excited. Obviously, I've had a couple Colts games already this year. Know a lot about them. Looking forward to seeing them. And number one offense versus number one defense. This is going to be immovable force versus unstoppable force versus immovable object. There we go. I got it. We'll get there. Keep it rolling. Really looking forward to this game. My biggest question for you, are the fireplaces going to be on the screens pregame? When does that start?
What fireplaces are you talking about? Why are you bringing up fireplaces? No, it's a loud house. It's not a fireplace. We're not sitting with a book by
I loved it. That's one of my favorite parts of going to Indy was the fireplaces on the scoreboards pregame. I just want to know if it's going to be there or not.
Do you feel that way yourself, or is that a Houston Texans thing? You guys like the fireplace?
I don't even know if anybody else ever knows about it. I know about it. I loved it. It was always nice and festive. I'm just curious, is it only like Christmas week or is it November, December?
Listen, we'll do it for you because we would like you to feel welcomed and we would like you to feel comfortable at the Loud House, okay? Because we understand that you have night terrors about what that stadium was like for you whenever you were in your playing days. And we understand that you can't even prepare this Houston Texans team for how loud that place is about to be this weekend. So we would love to put that up there to make you feel comfortable up there in the booth if that makes you feel better.
Will you be in attendance?
The Loud House?
I mean, I have no clue. You have an unbelievable schedule. You fly everywhere. You're also a great family man. You have 16 different jobs. number one being father and husband.
Thank you.
I just don't know. I don't want to put you on the spot and be like, or I guess I actually put you exactly on the spot and was like, are you going to be in the stadium?
Yes, I will be. And guess what? There might be a surprise appearance by a little person, a tiny younger person that has never been to a game either. Yeah, there's a chance. There's a chance that this is a first.
You're pulling out all the stops. This is a big game.
We need to win. Yeah, we can't have a 2-game slide, and we cannot be losing to the Houston Texans right now. We played the Texans twice and the Jaguars twice, as you know, down the stretch here, and everybody's within a game. So, I mean, we had a great start. We're winning the Super Bowl. And all of a sudden, we look down the stretch here, and it's like, whoa. We got a lot to do. The boys understand that, though. Daniel Jones, if he was to participate in practice, it would have been limited. It's a walkthrough. So ain't no problems there. You know, his name popped up in a notification from a fantasy football app on Tone's phone, and it said something that was very alarming to me. I immediately FaceTime my source in the building and go, excuse me? What the hell is happening here? We don't give out their designation until Friday. It's a walkthrough. Everything. What are we talking about? Thank you. Okay, we need to make sure that's what we're talking about this entire time. How do you think the unstoppable force and the immovable object are going to kind of square off? What did you see from the Chiefs game? Have you watched the film of what the Colts did? And do you think the Houston Texans, C.J. Stroud, we assume is going to be a quarterback if he gets out of concussion protocol, do you think they'll be able to do the same thing that the Chiefs did to the Colts defense, which was literally just crossers, every play? Every fucking play. It was just this. And then you got, literally, that's all they did the whole time. And you just got Sauce chasing the entire time across the entire field, Ward chasing the entire time across the other way. And it's like, this is what everybody expected from the Chiefs. They have speed, they use it. They got guys that can go underneath. Now they're going to have a run game too coming back. It's like they did what we have seen old Chiefs do, which is basically run our defense off the field. And then they do a 4.5-minute drive at the end of the fourth quarter to tie that thing up and then get the ball right back in overtime after 3 and out. It's like our defense, did they get exposed, or was it just the Kansas City Chiefs are very, very good? Like, how should I be viewing what happened to us? Because it got to a point where we could not stop them if they wanted to really go, even though we had the lead for most of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the end of that game obviously did not go anywhere near the way you guys wanted to go. It's with the 3 and outs on offense, which at times your best defense is your offense. It's keeping the ball, time of possession, moving it down the field, getting first down after first down, and just being able to build up those leads, which you've done so many times this year. And then that fourth quarter and overtime was just 3 and out city. And then what I look at is I think back to that Pittsburgh game where the Colts had some struggles in Pittsburgh, and that was they stopped the run, and then they got after Daniel Jones and had tons of takeaways that game, obviously. And then you look at the Chiefs here, and something that the Colts have done, there's a few things. On offense, they went with a ton of block up. They did have a whole lot of max protection and trying to give Daniel that time, but not having as many guys out in the routes. And then you look at the defensive side, since Sauce has come over, their man coverage, rightfully so, obviously, has gone way, way, way up. So some of those crossers where you're talking about Sauce chasing guys across the field and some of these other DBs, that man coverage is kind of what puts you into those situations. And we all know, and I feel like it's not talked about enough, DeForest Buckner being out is so massive, man. That guy is unbelievable. I love watching DeForest play. So the Texans defense, as everybody in the nation saw on Thursday night against the Bills, is for real. They are very legit. And when you turn on the film and you watch the way they communicate, you watch the way that they fly around, it's incredible. And so the Colts offense, with Shane Steichen's mind and their ability to do so many things, and Jonathan Taylor and Tyler Warren and everybody involved, versus this defense is an analyst's dream. I cannot wait to watch this game and see. I believe the stat is the last 5 times the number one offense has played the number one defense, the number one offense is 5-0.
Yeah!
Wow.
Yeah, we like that. Get used to it, is what you're saying.
We'll see. Houston's held 8 teams under 20 points this season, most in the NFL. Colts, obviously, the only team in the NFL to score 20 or more every single game. And I believe, again, back to the last 5 times the number one has faced number one, the offense has scored over 20 points each time. So history is certainly on the offensive side in this, which would say it's on the Colts side. this Houston defense is just nasty and mean and flies around. It's crazy, man. You watch the tape and it looks like they're in fast forward. So this is going to be a heavyweight matchup. I'm so excited we're on the call.
You want to do a couple more stats, too? I think the Colts have only punted like 22 times going into Week 13.
Damn.
I think they've only had to punt that. And obviously turnovers from a couple different – if you were eliminated 2 games – I think the turnovers are at like next to 0. But on that note, who knows what we are at this stage of the season, Jonathan Taylor for a long time was the MVP conversation. Now CMC is the running back that's in that conversation. We can obviously flip it around against the number 1 defense, but it's going to be tough. It's not just the run game that we have to get going. We're going to have to be able to protect Danny Jones just a little bit. And it feels like Houston's built to kind of dominate. The Houston sack station is certainly becoming a topic of conversation. Go ahead, AQ.
Yeah, JJ, I really like the 2 tackles in Buffalo, and they struggled mightily against those 2 edge guys. I know you've talked about the whole defense as a whole, but having Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson and what they're doing, 21 sacks between the 2 of them, how important was it to see them with the rush lane integrities and keeping Josh Allen bottled up?
Yeah. D'Amico actually talked about this on his radio show this week, and it was really interesting. The Bills did go with heavy 5-man protection. They didn't give a ton of extra help, and against those guys, you just can't do it, no matter how good your tackles are. And like you said, those are 2 good tackles. So for those 2 guys, it's pretty crazy. They have this thing where it seems like they've synced it up before every play, where one guy may rush high and the other guy rushes low, so that they're never off kilter. But it's not how it is. I've talked to them both about it, and they said it just naturally happens that way. And you watch that game, and you see him win with speed. You see him win with power. You see him win with spin moves. You see him win with a rip move. They do it, and then you see Will win with relentless effort, just 15-second sack. Like, they have everything you want in a pass rusher, and they also stop the run. It's pretty cool. And then you flip it over to the Colts side, and you have Latu, who is tied for the team lead in interceptions with 3, also has 5 sacks in his last 5 games. He's coming on heavy. It's a lot of fun to watch him play. You got Grover, who's got an interception. That D-line is making plays. This game is going to be great.
It is, and it's going to be in a lighthouse. We know what that means.
I can't wait to see it. Are you going to get on the mic?
You're going to feel it, brother. No, I don't get on the mic for that. No. Just playoff basketball.
I'm excited to see the booth. I feel like Lucas Oil would have a good booth. That's something I'm learning this year. Every stadium, very different booth setups. I feel like Lucas Oil is going to have a nice setup.
It's all in how old the stadium is, I think, from my understanding of the booth setups. The newer stadiums have a little bit nicer booths because I think they think about like, hey, the TV broadcast, very important to the entire business here. Back in the day, I think it was like, yeah, these pieces of shit, they got to call the game somewhere. Let's put them in there, basically. Some of those booths are bad, right? Some of these places are not good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Biggest thing for me, if you got a bathroom in it. I can't be running down the hallway at the end of the first quarter if I got to take a piss because I drank 6 coffees before the game.
Just think about what media was at that point, though. Whenever those stadiums were being built, it was like, we have to deal with media as opposed to, hey, our entire business is basically media now. So those, I think the Cowboys, whenever they built their stadium, they asked Troy to come in and help build it. And there's double layer. There's an apartment. I think there's a bathroom in there. There's a spot for, and then some of the older stadiums, it's like you walk in there and you actually can't see down the end of the thing, and it's like, this is a multi-billion-dollar business right now, and this is how we are broadcast. We can't even see the end zone on this side. It's like,
food, massive also. Food, Atlanta, mini beef Wellingtons in the booth. I'm sorry, you toss a mini beef Wellington, you might get a favorable discussion on the first play of the game.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
I'll tell you that. I don't like to think that I'm just spineless and can be won over by small gestures, like that. But every time we go to game day, we go to some school, somebody that is like, hey, I'm from the equipment room, just brings a box of stuff. I'm like, wow, this place is really nice.
I love this place.
It's really cool, man. And then I'll go to a restaurant, sir, we would love, it's on us. Don't you worry about it. It's like, whoa. I fucking love this place. And then I'm supposed to go on game day and pick against them? Okay, yeah. And then all these people are doing this thing. It's like, I don't know. And then I have to sell myself. If I'm picking against the home team with how these people treat me, it is not. I get treated so kindly by all these people. It is it's uncomfortable, to be honest. It's I'm just going to lock myself in my room here so I don't have to see anybody because it's almost uncomfortable how nice everybody's going to be. But I have to see, they're really going to have to lose that game in my eyes for me to pick against them. But there's some places that have an SID or something that I don't like. It's like, yep, we're picking against this place every time. Every time we come here, I am letting these people know that I do not like them. And I'll get like a message from the coach. Coach will be like, you don't like our team? Like, what's the deal? It's like, no. Actually, this piece of shit right here. Don't like them. Don't like them at all. Hate them. And also, who won the game? Thank you. Let's keep it moving. But I am trying to get it right, Jage. But it's hard whenever these people are so kind. I couldn't even imagine for you, JJ Watt.
I'm obviously joking about the beef Wellington before anybody writes an article.
No, you're
obviously,
not.
It's a joke.
He is not joking about that. He is not joking about that.
Also, you're absolutely right though. Like it's pretty wild the difference in whether it's SIDs at that level or whether it's just communications directors or people within the stadium. Like there is certainly, it's like with facilities in the NFL where you got to the NFL and you assumed everything is going to be the best of the best and unbelievable. And it's not always the same. It's really been a fascinating journey through this whole year. And I really love this job. I thought I was not going to love this. I thought I would not like it. But man, it is so much fun calling these games every week, especially when they turn out like they did last week. You got the Bears Steelers coming down to the end. We had the Jags Texans where it was the fourth quarter comeback. Like this is awesome.
Yeah, and you're doing a great job. I want to let you know that. And I think you as an owner of another team, couple other teams, seeing how other operations go from the back end, which is what you're getting a chance to do. Great learning piece, especially for you as a person as a entrepreneur mindset. Yeah, getting a chance to watch how places operate and being a part of it is a very cool thing. And you're doing a great job, brother. You're doing a great job. We're about sick of you calling TJ's games or Texans games, though. Mm-hmm. Feels like that's a little bit of a setup.
I think after this game, it'll be 8 out of 13 is either a Steelers or a Texans game. And like people are like, oh, wow, what a nice perk. You got them to put you on these games. This is 100% literally based off of market sizes. Mm-hmm. And this is, Iron Eagle had Steelers and Texans games all last year, but it is harder because I literally have to go like it. People automatically assume you'll be biased. So then you try really hard not to be biased, which I feel like I've done a good job of. But when 8 out of 13 are situations where you've had a direct relation to the game, I do feel like 8 out of 13 the other way would have been an easier start for me.
It's good. You know what the problem is? The Steelers aren't good enough to get the number 1 crew at CBS, but they aren't small enough a fan base size to get the number 3 game. So JJ's right in that sweet spot, right at number 2.
And his brother just so happens to be a Hall of Famer for them right now, who has more sacks than he does. Let's talk about that. Oh, what a bum. What do you do now? Say, hey, Derek, tell me how many sacks you got. Is that you just take a shot at somebody else? How's this kind of work? And I'm very thankful that you got a chance to be there. The whole thing was sick. And your preposterous line about putting the pads back on, beautiful reaction. Felt like it was in the moment, even though you certainly had to have thought about how you would think you would react whenever this would happen. What are your thoughts on it? There has to be a great sense of pride in what your little brother's doing.
It was my reaction in time of saying, if you're going to do it, that's one hell of a way to do it, was just pure spontaneity and accurate, because what a way to do it. A sack. I don't believe he's ever directly caused a touchdown with a strip sack before. It was really, really cool to have my brother and his kids there, to have my parents there. I did not think it was going to be that big of a deal. I swear to you, we never talked about it until the actual day of the game. We talked about it in our production meeting with my crew and everything, just how are we going to handle this. TJ and I did not talk about it until in the tunnel before the game. Like, hey, today might be the day. And it turned out to be much cooler and more special than I thought it would. I've always said I'll be unbelievably proud of him whenever it happens, and I believe he'll shatter every record I have. And I could not be happier for him. He works so hard. He's done it at such an insanely high level for so long. He deserves it, and he'll break everything I got.
Yeah, well, I think that's why you do what you do, and you lend the game to your little brother so he'll take it to the next place. It's a beautiful story of sport and football and brotherhood. I think the way you two have kind of handled it all, especially especially with how there's clear admiration from both of you for each other, which goes back to you being incredibly biased on every fucking call that we have to hear. No, you battling against that is hilarious to kind of take place. What did you say before the game whenever you said, hey, this could be the day? Do you guys ever find you feel like such a hard family, right? Don't they feel like such a hard family?
Oh, yeah.
Was there ever a moment of like, hey, this is really cool that the entire NFL that we kind of grew up watching and idolizing players is kind of looking at what two doofuses from the same family who just so happen to be stronger and work harder than ever. Like, did you have that moment before the game? Have you ever had that moment?
I can tell you exactly. It's funny that you bring that up. So I met him in the tunnel before the game just to say, hey, because I don't get to see him really on these trips. And I meet him in the tunnel. And we were talking about random stuff, not about that. And the last thing I said as I was walking away, I gave him a hug. I said, I love you. And then I literally looked back and was like, hey, today could be the day. And he goes, could be. And we separated. Now, after the game, obviously everything happens, and you get photos sent to your phone from the team photographer. Every player gets them sent to their phones. And there was one photo of us pregame in the tunnel talking to each other. And he texted me and he goes, this is pretty crazy, huh? And it wasn't a photo of the sack. It wasn't a photo of any of our plays on the field. And I just texted him back and I was like, think about how wild that is. We're two brothers in the bowels of an NFL stadium. You're about to go out there and break something that I did at a very high level. And we used to play in the backyard in Pewaukee, me, you, and Derek, down the punt inside the 1 yard line and pretending that we were on the high school football team. That was the first time, I think, where we truly were like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And it was being in the bowels of the stadium, not being on the field.
Yeah, and having a photo of that moment, knowing that in that conversation you say, hey, today could be the day, and he just goes, could be, and then goes out there, that's like fairy tale movie type stuff. Now, we leave the tag game show out of it. You remember when he had that?
That was awesome.
We keep that one out of the movie, but I think this is
No, tag I swear, it's like you have like a pre-interviewer, because Tag has a scene in this weekend. So at the hotel the night before the game, I have to go to the hotel and interview Mike Tomlin, Aaron Rodgers, Mason Rudolph. Derek goes to the hotel so he can see TJ before the game. Derek's kids watch Tag reruns on their TV because they just love Tag and obviously like to see their dad on TV. So in the defensive meeting room at the Steelers hotel, when I finish my meeting with Mike Tomlin, I walk in, they're playing Tag with TJ in the meeting room, saying they're the characters on Tag.
See,
you have like a ESP or some shit. It's crazy.
No, I mean, maybe there's a reason I do this job, but there's a lot of things that could potentially come together for a perfect fairy tale movie. And even the Tag thing with you guys, you refused to do anything without your brothers for a while. And it was like, that's so cool. Like, that is a very cool thing that you guys can remain this tight, especially with the amount of money, egos, pride, drama that could come into play for all of this. You guys are a beautiful family, a wonderful family, and TJ's going to make sure nobody remembers your name, brother. And that's just that's a sweet thing. That's a sweet thing. All right, we talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers side and obviously the bowels of that particular stadium. Let's talk about the team that calls that stadium home. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, on the flip side, Jage, how impressed were you with the Bears on Sunday? I think a lot of people still don't really want to give them the credit for how good they are. Do you think that this team could ultimately make a pretty deep run in the playoffs? And how do you think they're going to fare on Friday against the Eagles?
So the Bears are one of those teams where you say, we're never going to apologize for winning. I mean, 8-3 is 8-3. They're playing great in a lot of facets of the game. I think there's two areas currently that can take them even higher. So first, I want to start with the stuff they're doing incredible. Takeaways on defense. Unbelievable. Insane level. Nashawn Wright's playing at an incredible level. They were missing 3 starting linebackers in that game, over 30% of their tackles on defense. And DeMarco Jackson fills in, takes the green dot, communicates the whole defense, has 15 tackles. But they do give up a lot of yards on that defense. They're a feast or famine. They either get a takeaway or they're giving up yards and points. So they need to get that part figured out. You can't just live and die by the takeaway. And then on offense, Ben Johnson, extremely impressive. In our meetings with him this year, we've had 2 games, 2 meetings. He has been not only unbelievably knowledgeable, clearly a schematic genius, but also really personable, clearly has a great pulse on his team, knows how to motivate them, knows how to be funny. Like, he really is a good head coach in the making, you can tell. And then Caleb is playing well to minimize a lot of the risks. He's making some great throws. The one area that will take him to that next level is there were a good chunk of throws in that game that he would like to have back. Ben Johnson's great at scheming up these primary receivers, and a few times in that game, Caleb wasn't able to hit him. Now, obviously, you have 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He had plenty of great plays, but there are some out there that he's going to go look at and be like, I can be even better. And if he gets on that page with Ben Johnson's offense, the Bears do have a chance to be scary.
Just natural dumb eye of mine, and I was third-string quarterback in the NFL, thank you so much, and had the greatest QBR in the history of Turkey Bowls in the NFL. Just natural eye looking at Caleb. Feels like there's a lot of movement with ball. Feels like as his career goes, I assume during the offseason to get more accurate, that thing will get tightened up, and all of a sudden he'll just become a pinpoint accurate passer because his arm talent is outrageous. He throws he throws like 25-yard lasers. So he's strong enough that he'll be able to tighten that up a little bit, but I think he'll be able to get that thing into laser lock, which once again happens to most quarterbacks. Like, not everybody's coming in as a rookie and has pinpoint accuracy. Normally there's some other trait that they're great at. Go ahead, Jage.
And this game was really interesting because coming into it, Caleb had the longest time to throw in the NFL. He held the ball for like 3.38 seconds on average every game this year. Didn't have a single game where his average was under 3 seconds. This game against the Steelers, 2.68 seconds average time to throw. So that means there were guys open for him to hit. And the Steelers, this zone defense, and it's been talked about a lot this week, but there were just quick throws, and when Caleb throws on time in rhythm, he can put it on them. In the Steelers, it's kind of been a theme of this year. The ball has gotten out unbelievably quickly against them all year long. They have to find a way to buy that pass rush up front a little bit more time.
Okay, so let's also continue to add with stats and Caleb Williams. I think what I saw out of this game a couple different times, there's one right there. Play action, turning his back completely to the defense, turning around, not even a thought, and letting it fire, which means pre-snap, he knew what the hell he was supposed to do with the ball after he snapped it. So I think he's starting to understand defenses, but I think he's also starting to trust the system of like, hey, I'm allowed to turn my back completely to the defense and turn around and fire it. Here's Caleb Williams on play action, some stats from Hembo. In 2024, they did it 18% of the time, 56% under center, 10.4% sack rate, 28.4 QBR. In 2025, they're doing it 30% of the time, 86% of the time it's under center, obviously getting more comfortable with the exchange. 4.1% sack rate, he's getting it out on time as soon as he turns around, and 77 out of 100 QBR. So it's like play action was Jared Goff's weapon up in Detroit. All the other shit was just ready to go. Caleb's such like a creative player. Would he be able to buy into the robotic stuff, and would he be able to trust turning around completely to the defense, knowing that your brother is on the other team? It's like it feels like he's buying into all of it, Jage. Do you get that sense as well?
Yes, I agree. I think the one play, obviously the TJ strip sack in the end zone, like you got to find a way to get rid of that football. Now, I know his arm was pinned and all of that, but you just can't take that in that situation. But yes, this offense, and with his ability, because there are times where Ben Johnson has the primary receiver schemed up and they don't get the coverage they thought they were going to get. So now he looks at 1, 2, 3, they're not there, and he goes Superman mode, and he is incredible at Superman mode. So finding the balance of when to go into Superman mode and when to stay within the parameters of the offense is key. But Ben Johnson himself told us, like, Caleb gets me out of some fires sometimes because of what he's able to do. So the better they get at finding that simpatico balance, the better that they will be. And they have a chance to be real scary. And if you give them a full offseason to really get under each other's hood and see how they can make this thing hum as best as possible, it could be special.
The Bears might be the problem in the North for some the time, going forward. There's a chance that's the case. Let's stay.
They believe in themselves too. Like, I mean, they get in some of these games and like, You look at the score, you look at the situation, and the phrase that they've used, this isn't me, is same old Bears. And they said, we're not going to be the same old Bears. And very, very clearly, they are not the same old Bears. They believe in themselves.
You know what they are? They're the brand new Bears. Feels like the NFC North's got a lot of brand new teams. Now, there's one old-ass team taking on a potential brand new team to kick off Thanksgiving. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Jay, it's brand new Lions taking on the Packers at home tomorrow. First game to kick off the Thanksgiving slate. What do you expect out of that type of game? And do you have a good read on Green Bay or Detroit? A lot of people are saying, hey, Detroit, Ragnow, long in the tooth. But Foxy gave a nice little stat. They're still, second in the league in scoring. And then for Green Green Bay. Everyone kind of expected the offense to kick into gear at some point, and we just haven't really seen it yet. But their defense with Michael Parsons is flying around. What do you expect to see tomorrow out of these two teams?
First of all, I've seen a lot of buzz about it, but I haven't looked in depth. Is this game a half hour later than it normally is?
Yes. We don't like it. We've been loud. Just know that we have been loud.
I actually remember, too, Goodell answered this question when we were in Green Bay on the show at the draft. He said it's because they want to have it align with their traditional kickoff windows.
It's not traditional.
That's
It's
exactly what I
Thanksgiving. That's
said.
our tradition.
Thank you.
That's our tradition. Thanksgiving is our tradition.
I don't want to hear it. I don't like that we went back in time and he said that. I don't like hearing Roger Goodell say that in my head.
I think we gave him hell for it at the time as well.
We better have. What's he thinking? Why are they thinking
that? Was the
what are we going to do?
Part.
What are we going to do?
Well, I think the Watts probably get along. Everybody else, we got a potential Thanksgiving table before these things, Because the traditional time for Thanksgiving was when's ball on. That can distract everybody. Well, now they move it. The families are still doing traditional time. Everybody get there around noon. And then you can immediately have a distraction. Go to a different room if you have to. The game's on. We can all hang out here. Go grab some food. When's the food? 12:31. Perfect. We do this entire thing. We got ball in the background. Second half of that first game, normally when everything, because we just got done doing the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're like, hey, listen. Actually, guys, all that time, no distractions. It's like first time we're seeing some people in a long time. We've seen them post some shit online. Don't you think we should maybe have a distraction? Mm-hmm. NFL's like, you guys need to talk to each other. No, they don't.
No. A lot of pressure on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade to come up in the clutch now.
I'm not going to say it because my wife loves watching that thing.
You don't like seeing Snoopy every year?
I need a little bit more.
The Rockettes?
I need a little bit more sauce.
Oh, Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah, but that thing, it should not just be a, this is what it is.
I agree.
Shut down the whole city.
Oh, yeah.
It's entertaining. I do enjoy it, but it's the same thing every year.
Oh, yeah.
Can we get a little sauce, a little pizzazz?
I feel like the lip sync is increased heavily.
What?
Yeah. The weather's so ass, though, normally. They're standing up there in the rain, and they're singing this super high note in the morning. I'm like, yeah, right. There's no way you got that. And then they're like, their lip sync, it's like, what do you think they would sound like? It's 8 a.m., it's 15 degrees out.
Mm-hmm. Who would be the best guy from the show to perform in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Just like do something?
A, sing, and then B, just do anything.
Interesting he does that.
I mean, Mad Mel could be up there.
Mad Mel performing would be good. D-Bone could dress up like D-Bone could be one of the mascots that walks. I think he could be,
They could tie some strings to him and just walk him down
He
the street.
could wear a suit and walk.
Yeah. It was his birthday yesterday. He's not a blimp.
Set.
He's not a blimp. He's not a blimp. Don't say that. That's very rude. What are you laughing
Chuck
about?
might be.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday, D-Bone.
Happy birthday, D-Bone. That was fucked up. They were saying that stuff. I didn't like that.
Terrible.
But he would be a good walk with flag, maybe. He'd be good with walk with flag.
Yeah, I mean, to get him in the air, you'd have to call NASA to get a couple rocket boosters, but...
All right. Oh, my God, this is unfair. Whoever sent this in is not right. This is
Come on.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
That
Barney.
is
That is
D-Bone.
not D-Bone. That is not D-Bone. Okay? Turbo Man also had to figure this whole thing out. I think that might have been Christmas. I don't know if it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But the parades in New York are obviously a very real deal. And we will watch it. But you're right. I think it's done at noon, 11, right? Isn't it done earlier?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, we got a lot of space to fill there. Like you said, you start going through the likes list on Aunt Cindy's accounts. So you got some conversation starters.
And if you haven't seen what old whoever has liked, definitely going to tell. Did you see what I posted on blah, blah, blah? And then it's like, no, I'm not on that particular one. Oh, it was just good. Hold on. Let me show you. And then boom. Well, don't you think maybe there's also...
That extra half hour is going to be... Did you see what Pat McAfee did on Veterans Day?
Okay.
And it was
Okay, Jade, there's no reason for that. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's remember, we're thankful. We're thankful for these things. We're thankful for these things.
Going to the barracks. It was all good. All good.
Yeah, 4 a.m. Lights. That's not, nobody talks about that for that.
I mean, it is the first Thanksgiving as well where AI has really kind of stepped it up. So the amount of videos that these old people are going to be like, did you see this? And it's somebody that's, it's just not real.
I'm witnessing that with some of the olds.
I assume, yeah.
That I'm around. Did you?
This lady bungee jumped and she fell and they didn't even save her. They just laughed.
Not just the
Stephen
old.
Hawking won the Coca-Cola 500 in a wheelchair.
I mean,
That
came off the top rope against Helen Keller. Look.
Michael Cole was on the call.
Those things actually happen, though.
See, there is youngs that are also getting baited, but it's not just the videos, too. It's just like the screenshot of posts that are just like too easy. Too easy to make these days.
Time Magazine.
People are shaping. Person of the year might be a.
We got people believing these driving around on the streets, you know?
Not just driving around the streets, they're also rolling their window down to let me know they believe them, you know, because they saw something that I said that I certainly did not. Who said that? You did. It's right here. That's an AI picture of me, clearly.
No, it's not.
I would have never said that. That guy's much more handsome than me. Thank you for that picture, but that is not my words. Yes, it is. You said it. Clearly, I know you did. You did Veterans Day, done it, right? Mm-hmm. That's you? This is the same guy? Yeah, but I didn't say that. Okay. That's my own family, probably, if I go to one of these things. You know, like an aunt or something like that. And I don't. Come on, Raj.
Are you cooking? Are you the chef?
My wife is a great cook. Like, she's very talented in the kitchen. Now, granted, I would say Foreman Grill, I'm top 3-4 guys, maybe in the history. Rushmore. I'm Rushmore Foreman Grill, George Foreman Grill guy. I was unbelievable.
What's your top dish off the Foreman?
Any meat, basically. Also sandwiches. I'll put some sandwiches in there.
Anybody's meat?
Not anybody's meat. I guess we would need certain meat. I had an Australian Wagyu. It was okay. That was down in Texas. Japanese Wagyu and an Australian Wagyu. And once again, how was I supposed to pick against them? These people are just spreading this thing out in front of me. This is $7,000 per bite, basically. It's like
brand new Raygon.
All right, I'll pick you.
Where was this? Who was whipping out the Japanese Wagyu at the
Buddy Beach, brother, down there at Texas Tech? You need to go stop by Buddy Beach. Listen,
oil money.
Hey, they got money down there. The ground, it is very kind to those people, which is why I would say it has to be God's country. I mean, God literally just planted them right on top of that stuff. Jage, have an incredible Thanksgiving. We hope your family enjoys it. We hope Ko is okay on the beach as he's been running around alone.
We're going to find out here in about 5 minutes. Haven't heard anything or seen anything, so I think we're okay.
That's the scariest.
I just want to say, before we sign off, I am very thankful for you guys. I have a lot of fun doing this every week. Your fans are awesome. I really enjoy interacting with them. This is an opportunity every single week for me to come on here and just talk some ball and shoot the shit with the boys. I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm very thankful for all of you. I'm very thankful for everybody who gives me the opportunity to have a job in sports. Greatest job in the world. I'm unbelievably thankful. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice might change your life.
Wow. 30 seconds we got. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Just thank you, Jage, for the compliment. Jage.
I didn't know how much time was left. I did not know how much time was left.
Thank you for that.
I was getting kicked off.
That was very kind of you.
Had to say it.
Also, we found the photo, I believe, that you guys were referring to. So cool that in that moment you acknowledged that history was about to be made. Thank you so much for joining us every week. We're thankful for you, Jage. Thank you for everything you've done for us and for ball. You're the man. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice, and might change their life. We'll see you on the other side. Goodbye.
Here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up routine, gratitude, truly.
I'm all the way in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up the routine, gratitude, truly.
Feel like new school, Dean, life's pretty cool, G, 3 jobs, few beans, tank top, blue jeans.
So this is insane. I'm the 5th guy ever to ride this motorcycle. It's a 1996 Fat Boy. They've been doing this since 1999. It's called the Leader of the Quack.
You can call me the leader of the quack right now. Quack, quack, quack.
Guy currently, his name is Matt. He's a dog. He's wearing a different jacket today. And he told me to wear the one he's wearing. This is a Grateful Dead one, so I'm going to wear this one. Leader of the Quack coming in 3, 2, and...
Shots, view screens, movie star, 2 scenes, bank account, juicy, cancel, you me, boogeyman, spooky, folks watch, who sees, hating folks, dookie, yeah, you waiting for. Yeah, you waiting for, dookie, yeah, you waiting for, dookie. I'm up here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, checking out some new scenes. And you hating folks.
Were you the one that I beat the hell out of tic-tac-toe and Rochambeau?
I just beat him at tic-tac-toe. Hook, line, and sinker. You're the worst tic-tac-toe player of all time.
Yeah, get out. Undefeated. Completely different. You guys came down to the thing. Boom!
Go! 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 Go!
Make me wanna put my hands up and hang my heels up and smoke some tree and give me the Oregon Ducks to get a huge win today. A little bit softer now, 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 a little bit louder now, a little bit louder now.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, why? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Wednesday, November 27, 2025. Hour 2 of the program starts now.
Football!
It's 26. I said 27th. That's because I'm excited for Thanksgiving, which
Yep.
is tomorrow. We'll be off tomorrow and Friday, but football will be carrying us all through a great holiday that launches us into the most important time of the year when it comes to ball, meaningful football. Now, we currently have a sale at store.patmcafeeshow.com for 25% off everything on there. I believe the helmets are sold out. We will be randomly sending the signed Riddell mini helmets to 10 random purchasers of the helmets. I think we're going to restock those. Those are very cool. We're going to try our best. Shout out to Riddell putting that together. Everything else still 25% off at store.patmcafeeshow.com. But it's called the Meaningful Football Sale because we're at Thanksgiving right now. You hear every coach chit-chat about, hey, we want our team to be playing our best ball after Thanksgiving. Well, guess what tomorrow is? Thanksgiving. Every team is going to want to be playing their best ball. Every team kind of knows what's in front of them. Some teams know they're desperate and they're going to have to win out and have some other things help them out, like the Dallas Cowboys. Other teams know that they kind of control their own destiny at the moment. The Detroit Lions can potentially be one of those types of teams. Green Bay Packers can also do the same. Cincinnati Bengals need a lot to happen, but Joey Burrow is all the way back. And the Baltimore Ravens have been the favorite to win the AFC North, both in the sports books and in actuality, for the entire season, even though they've looked like ass for a majority of it. There's so many special storylines that can develop, let alone, is Taylor Swift going to be there in Kansas sing the Cowboys? She has a song with Post Malone, doesn't she?
I believe so.
Does she?
Interesting.
I don't want to start banging a pout or giving out any free performances from anybody that is a multi-billionaire because of her incredible talent and work ethic. But there's a chance that these games, not just on the field, but at halftime, put together the greatest Thanksgiving slate in the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
So we appreciate the hell out of it.
Hell yeah.
Talks to tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, AP Tone is over somewhere over there.
Taunting season, baby. Let's go.
You going out there?
It's all my brothers going to be up in a tree stand this weekend or in a duck blind or whatever you want, whatever your weapon of choice is.
Yeah, see, Tim McAfee already used one of his tags out here in Indiana, and then he's going back to Pennsylvania this weekend, actually, see if he can go find one of them up in the hills. I saw Riley Green pull down some monster over there in somewhere left of wherever we are right now. It is hunting season, which, once again, meaningful football season.
That's right.
All these things tell one story. Oh, there's a little briskness in the air. Your heating and air can't keep up with the proper temperature, so it's either one extreme or the other. Thanksgiving is happening. Wait a minute, it's hunting season. Wait a minute, it's meaningful football season.
Boom.
We are in the middle of it. Let's enjoy the hell out of it. Our stats on 60% more of the bets on teams have been absolutely abysmal.
Yep.
As we look ahead to the Thanksgiving slate and the Black Friday game, how many heavy favorites or heavy betted teams are there? And what is kind of the public saying about where they think these games are going?
So when you look at that first one, tomorrow, that is tomorrow. Thank you, Thanksgiving. We just talked about it. Green Bay at Detroit, 52.
You're so locked up in a blind or a tree stand up there in Pennsylvania.
Well, you were asking if I was hunting this weekend. I was not animals. I'm hunting winners. So let's talk about those. Detroit, 52% of the money right now is on Detroit. 50-50 basically. So I'm not surprised by that one. You go to the next one. Dallas, 69% is on the Cowboys. They are America's team right now. I promise you that. What?
Hunting winners. Just watching the pure joy that came through your entire soul whenever you thought of that. A little bit too late, but
it was.
Still thought of it.
We were going to force it in there no matter what.
And guess what you are doing every day?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're
hunting winners.
Yeah, you're a full-time hunter.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're looking through these sports books and we're hunting winners.
Wake up early.
Hey, it's meaningful football. Yeah. Early risers. Wakey, hands off, snaky.
Bingo.
Find our cakey. Let's beat these sports books is basically what you were saying is a full-time winner hunter. And I hope you can find some for us here because I tell you what, it hasn't been great for a lot of people.
Also, don't forget to eat your eggs and bakey. But as we talked about Detroit, Green Bay basically 50-50. Dallas is getting almost 70% of the bets because everyone loves watching them. They are very, very exciting, and they're coming off a huge comeback win. And
Kansas City Chiefs getting 31% of the bets. Isn't that crazy?
And there's a stat about road favorites, I believe, on Thanksgiving. I believe they're undefeated. I think they're like 25-0.
Ever?
I'm pretty sure they're like 25-0. Something ridiculous got sent in yesterday.
John Ewing says since 2004, road favorites are 25-1 straight up and 20-6 against the spread on Thanksgiving per Bet Labs. Chiefs -3 at Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day. And if you have a gambling problem, go ahead and call 1-800-GAMBLER. This is me covering my ass, John Ewing. Use some gambling stats letting you know that if you have a problem, do not read these. You are choosing to read these. And if you have a problem, you need to go get your help. Thank you for doing that, John Ewing. And also, if you do have a gambling problem, 1-800-GAMBLER is where you need to go to. That is obviously an addiction that is not funny, not enjoyable, but gambling is something that is very prevalent and also something that can indicate what future games are going to have.
Since 2004, so when did the Lions get good? 3 years ago? So
Yes.
probably 17 of those Lions were probably always home dogs. So just 17-0 probably against the Lions.
Oh, I didn't even think about the Lions being home dogs every single Thanksgiving.
Every year.
Yes.
Okay, so that's stat. John Ewing actually said, it looks like BetLab just kind of took a look at what the Lions have been, which is
There's
home
probably
dogs.
a big factor in that.
Yeah, and this ain't the same old Lions. This is a brand new Lions.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs favored by 3.5 in Dallas and only getting 31% of the bets is crazy just to think about where the Kansas City Chiefs are in public perception-wise. Ty, why do you think that is the case? Is it strictly because the conversation has just been they don't look good, they don't look good, they don't look good? That's kind of how everybody feels?
Yeah, maybe. And I think, like Diggs mentioned, everyone's kind of just infatuated with watching the Cowboys right now. Their offense is very fun to watch. They obviously got a couple of those guys on defense. And I don't know, I think maybe public perception-wise, people think that the Cowboys win over the Eagles is a lot more impressive than the Chiefs win over the...
Okay, there's no reason for that. I had no idea that's where you were headed.
That's not what I'm saying.
Did you know that's where he was headed?
Public
12-year
perception.
NFL vet, A.Q. Shipley, had no idea that's where you were headed.
Defending Super Bowl champions. So maybe that has something to do with it. And we're talking about George Pickens, out of nowhere becoming maybe the most dominant receiver in the NFL this year. And then again, it's like at the start of the year, it was, hey, the Cowboys are going to have to score 40 to 45 points every single week to win. And that's not really the case anymore. Their defense has come a long way. And then again, they are America's team. So, anyone who is maybe on the fence about wanting to bet on the Cowboys, if there was ever a time you want to do it this year, you're kind of in the sweet spot right now.
Here's some more Thanksgiving trends from our friends at Covers. The Lions have lost 7 of their last 8 Thanksgiving games. Jack Harlow one was a loser, we think, immediately upon how that was set up going in, right? I think that was potentially a reason why. Since 2000, road favorites have gone 22-11 against the spread, which is obviously 2/3, and 29-4 straight up on Thanksgiving. The Cowboys have gone 3-11 against the spread on Thanksgiving since 2011. Is this team different? is this situation different? 69% of the bets on the Dallas Cowboys, getting 3.5 down in Jerry World. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who's a all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. He's a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup winner, father of 10, and a man who loves Thanksgiving. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Hey, Honor.
Love it.
Of course. Who doesn't love Thanksgiving?
Is that my shirt?
Do you have one of these? I mean, it's an Amazon special, so it's definitely possible.
Is that Kufandi? Is that Kufandi?
I think it might be, actually. Yeah, mine's long sleeve.
Yeah, welcome to the world, bro. That's what I wear those literally 4 out of 5 days of my life. They're so comfortable. Yeah, the long sleeve one's great. It fits perfect.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you, Kufandi's showing up for me. I don't love that is where I'm at shopping-wise and what I'm wearing. And I think people, who maybe are suit wearers or nice clothes wearers, anytime they hear that I literally pulled this shirt out of a bag that was packed airtight that got delivered to my house this morning from ordering it last night, and I'm wearing it in a super professional setting, I think people would say, is disgusting. And I would like to let them know, nobody knows that this thing was $7.
That's right.
Yeah.
No.
Why do they vacuum seal? Although, like the cheap ones I always get on Amazon, they vacuum seal everything, I feel like.
That's because the shipping needs to be very cheap too, brother. If we take the air out of that thing, we get that thing smaller, we can put it in a smaller package. So not only is the material very cheap and not worth a lot, but also the packaging is going to be worth half of what it could be because we're going to suck the entire air out of that thing. I will say the static sometimes coming out of that thing makes it difficult to wear fresh out of the bag. Yeah. And also, because it's air sealed, you get those big ones. I've been exposed a couple of different times because of those big blocks. People saying, you just got that out of a bag when... No, I have not. And it's literally right across your chest and then right across your stomach, right here. Yeah, that's the shirt. This shirt, obviously, because... made me feel good this morning when I saw it.
Yeah.
Holiday season with baby girl. She's old enough to understand what's going on, too. It's so cool. Saw her on a drum yesterday, both hands with drumsticks on a drum like this.
On the kick drum?
No, she needs it. She's good at the foot, though. She is good with the foot.
Good.
I think she would be able to get the kick drum. She's a dancer. She's a groover. She loves Dookie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Ken's has heard Dookie since the beginning. Every time Dookie comes on, she starts dancing. Ken's is a big fan of what's going on in that particular one, especially with the messaging as well. AJ, we're talking about this Thanksgiving slate. We're talking about Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, they got 69% of the bets is the chatter right now. Chiefs getting 31% of the bets as favorites on Thanksgiving, taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Bigger story, Dallas Cowboys getting 69% of the bets on Thanksgiving against the Kansas City Chiefs. Bigger story. Which way do you kind of view this? Because it's crazy to me that people view the Chiefs this low, seemingly. That is just crazy to me, especially because they still have Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I think the majority of the public picking Dallas here. When the spread 3.5, that's not a whole lot. If the spread was 6.5, maybe I would understand more people on Dallas. But I tell you what, something about the hot hand in Dallas. They figured it out the last couple of weeks. I think people they trust Dak and they like what that Dallas defense has been doing.
We like Dallas as well. We've actually chatted about Dallas might be one of the best teams in football, but they're not going to be able to make the playoffs because they dug themselves too early of a hole. Is that how you're viewing the Cowboys as well?
I love their offensive line. I love their run game. Dak's been fantastic, and we can talk about, obviously, the defense, and the defense was obviously an issue, but then Jerry made some big trades. They went and got some guys. They improved their defensive line. Got a linebacker.
Tyler Booker, AQ?
What's that?
How about Tyler Booker, the old young guard? How do you like his play?
He's playing fantastic, and the left guard, Tyler Smith, might be playing as the best left guard in football right
Is Tyler Booker an Ohio State Buckeye?
No, Bama.
No.
I love that you know the offensive line for the Cowboys, Age.
I've been seeing some Baldy breakdowns. I like to check stuff out. I mean, some of these young guys, these young linemen, they come into the NFL and they seem like they are, I don't know, like it's a very tough position to come in and play very well at a young age. And these guys they're surprising me, and it's very impressive to see what they can do.
I do appreciate the fact that we are finding young dogs because we thought we were going to go on a drought of dogs at the offensive line position because 7-on-7 skills camps, what the rules are going to be, and not enough training. It's nice to hear that Tyler Booker out of where?
Alabama.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest college football coach of all time, has won 100 national championships with Alabama, and I assume can tell us more about Tyler Booker on that offensive line. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Saban. Coach, how are you?
Good, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Enjoy it with your family.
Absolutely. I hope you will as well. You're at the office right now, or are you at home?
I'm at the office working, man, working.
Yeah, me too. Not as much good football work that you are having. I assume you're watching film, breaking it down. Thanksgiving, obviously, good time for teams to know what their team is in the NFL. And college Thanksgiving is basically like, hey, here we go, final push. Can we talk before we dive into college ball with you? Tyler Booker and the offensive line thing that they thought there was going to be. What was it, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago? I forget what it was. Maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Recent history, we've been doing a show. There started to become a theory that we weren't going to be able to have young offensive linemen that are good in the NFL. Almost as if guys were getting soft or the game of football was getting soft and there wasn't enough time to make dogs to have enough NFL offensive linemen. I think you guys were very worried about that from an offensive line position, about young people coming in. Now Tyler Booker gets a shout out here from A.J. Hawk, and it feels like offensive line play is actually developing in a big way. Was there a time where you thought you weren't going to be able to find offensive linemen, or was there a downtime and then an uptime? Like, what do you think about the state of offensive line, as they are the most important position in all of balls, I think?
Yeah, I think it's all about the guy. Tyler Booker is a really smart guy. He's a really mature guy. He's a pay attention to detail guy when it comes to technique, assignment, and studying the player he's going to have to block, whether it's pass blocking, run blocking, whatever it is. So he is the kind of guy that I think can play early. He played early for us here. Doesn't surprise me that he's doing well in Dallas, for them, now. He was actually back, I think, for the LSU game, came up in the box and talked with them. And, he's really happy with the situation that he's in, and I think doing really well, and I'm kind of very proud of him.
Yeah, what do you think it is about offensive line? You say the guy, is it like a work ethic? What do you think it is that really creates the best offensive lineman in your eyes?
No, I think that offensive line and defensive line are probably the two positions in football that are the most technique centric. If that explains footwork, hand placement, knowing the right angle you got to go to block a guy, when to come off of zone block to get up on the next level. All these things are kind of coachable and technique centric in terms of who can understand the concept and be able to go apply it on the field. And I think some guys struggle with that, some guys don't. It's a place to me where the guys have the most pride in what kind of competitors they are, how smart they play, and they're usually a really tight-knit group because they don't get a lot of accolades for what they do, and they have a very difficult job. So, he's that right kind of guy, I think, and that's what we always look for in guys. We had a lot of guys here play, when they were freshmen. But I think if you're drafting guys, you got to draft guys that, if you're going to draft them with the salary cap and all that, they need to play. So, obviously a good pick for Dallas, and he's working out well for him.
Yeah, and I love the mindset of an offensive lineman. Hey, you're going to get no credit. You're going to be in hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, you're going to take on maybe the best athletes on earth, and you make one mistake out of 60 plays. They're going to talk about that one particular play, not the 59 good ones. But we need the best. We need the best. You need to keep going. You offensive linemen are weirdos, bro.
Yep,
absolutely. Absolute weirdos.
We like it just that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Was there a time when they were down?
I think there still is a little bit. I think there's, and Coach can probably talk more to this, and just the fact of all the RPO, all the spread, everybody just telling offensive linemen to run nakeds and boots all day, and not really, hey, we're going to run downhill duo, downhill power. Bama does, and there's some other teams that do, but there's a lot of teams that just live and die by the RPO system. And I don't think that translates right away to the NFL system.
Okay, here's a quote from draft night with Tyler Booker. It feels like they knew they got the right guy. People get so excited to play football until they come across Tyler Booker. I start to see that love leave their eyes. That's what makes me love the game, says Tyler Booker. Love that. We'd like 10 of those guys on our team at all times. All right, yeah, look at you. Yeah. Coach Saban loved it. Yeah, we like that.
One thing I'd like to add to the whole offensive line thing is I think the advent of RPOs has minimized the development of offensive linemen in college when it comes to drop back passing, which is a much bigger part of the NFL. So they don't learn not only the technique of pass blocking, but also systematically, who do I have to block? Who's the back got? All those things. Now the quarterback redirects the protection. You got to change your whole thinking on the run. I think those types of things are not things that are being coached in college the way they used to be. But my theory as a coach was always, I know that every player on our team wants to play in the league. So our systems are going to reflect the development they need to make to be able to play in the league. That's what helped recruiting. Since I couldn't coach bad players to play good, that was a really good, big piece of it for me.
Yeah. Not a good coach unless it was good players. I think you took good players and made them great, and I think your culture was one that everybody is trying to replicate there. You are a fascinating individual, bro. You know what part of football you think you know the least? Because obviously you're a DB coach, right? And you spend time on the defensive side. Offense would be the thing, but yeah, right. You break down offensive film every single weekend. Like, do you coach every position when you were coaching? Like we hear from the other, are you hitting every single position group? Are you bouncing around? Do you stay on the defensive side? Do you go mingle with the offensive lineman? Like, what was your style? Because I remember you always had that hat on, right? You always had that hat on, and you're about to get at somebody's ass, and every once in a while you're mic'd up. But what were you coaching every position every day? How'd you kind of operate?
Well, first of all, the hat had resiliency. A straw hat you can take off and throw as hard as you want to throw, and there's no damage done. I mean, that's important in the selection of a hat.
I wish the headsets had the resiliencies of those hats. Yeah.
The headset's not quite so much durability. But I spent I probably told you this story before, but 80% of my time on the defensive side of the ball. I like coaching the DBs, but I had coached linebackers, so I understood the front seven. So, and that was helpful in being a coordinator, which gave you a leadership opportunity with the entire group, which, I enjoyed as well. So I spent more time with the defense because I wanted to be my best assistant. In other words, I was special teams guy and defensive guy, so why would I go try to call plays on offense, which is what some people try to do, but that's not their expertise. So I coach the coaches. We're talking about offensive line, footwork, hand placement, all those things. Being around good offensive line coaches like Joe Pendry and people that we had for years, Stoutland, who's at the Eagles now,
pretty good.
Learn exactly what their expectations are. So the next coach, you can coach the same way that guy coached, and you kind of learn by osmosis. But that's probably the position, the run game on offense, which is not that complicated, but the techniques of playing offensive line was probably the thing that I learned most about while being a head coach. When you're a DB guy, you kind of know what the receivers are supposed to do, what they got to do to run good routes and all that type of thing. You understand the passing game and the passing concepts. So that was probably it for me, but I learned it through the years and tried to help develop our coaches. But I basically coached the coaches other than the DBs. So I was always the defensive back GA, and that's where I spent most of my time.
Yeah, you created some great ones. I mean, you got league MVPs popping up out of there all over the place. All right, let's talk about college ball a little bit, the place that you won all the time in. Go ahead, AJ.
Coach, you guys are headed to Ann Arbor. We know Ohio State's taking on Michigan. Ohio State has not, the last 4 meetings hasn't gone their way. I guess if you're Ryan Day, how is this week, leading up to a game like this? How do you make it? I don't know, it's not another game, but how do you approach something like this when we know all this on the line? I know you spent some time in Ohio State. You kind of understand the hoopla around this rivalry and how big a deal it is. How would you approach it, I guess, on Ryan Day's side?
Yeah, well, here, I've been asked this question 100 times.
Great question, AJ.
Thank you.
What would you do differently to get ready for this big game? And my answer was always, I would do nothing different. Because if there was a better way to do it, we'd already been done it, because every game you play is a big game. So you can't afford to lose to anybody, not if you're in Ohio State's position. But I think when you look at this game more as an opportunity for your players to have a chance to have a great win, which will take a lot of resiliency, a lot of overcoming adversity. That's what makes it a great win, rather than looking at it from a negative side and saying, oh, we haven't won the last 4 games, so we got to win this game. So you create a lot of anxiety by changing shit for your players and doing all this crazy stuff. And then they're looking at you saying, don't you believe in us, coach? I mean, we've been doing well all year, doing this same practice, this same time to come to meetings and do all this stuff. You already got Thanksgiving week, which is already a distraction on how you handle your players for Thanksgiving. So, do it the same way.
Yeah, but you got to understand that it's real, though. You know that.
You a question, Jay. Did you like routine as a player? Pat
Absolutely.
was a kicker. Did you like routine as a player?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to change your routine because it's a big game and screw you up.
Look how mad he is. Look how mad he is right there. He just got so mad at even the thought of doing that. And then at the beginning, your answer that you said, I've answered this 100 times. If there's a better way to win a game that we're trying for one particular game, we don't care last week why aren't we doing that every single game? I think that's the difference between having the pressure of winning every game versus having the pressure to win a couple of games throughout the year that your fan base are going to remember. Now, to that point, though, Ohio State's national champions. They're undefeated right now. Number one team in the league. In the country, I guess, in the entirety of it all. Ohio State Buckeye fans, all they care about, these 2,188 days since they beat Michigan. I mean, that's like Ryan Day's getting asked that the day or two after winning the national championship. Hey, congratulations, that's so cool. I guess we can say you're certified now. Okay, way to go. You put a trophy into the trophy room. Michigan, so they beat us here, they beat us there. This is all under your watch. What are we? Urban Meyer has a bar down here called 7-0. You know, he never did. Then other stuff. So when are you going to get that done? Ryan Day has to at least, I don't want to say acknowledge that, but he understands. And his players here too. I think I heard the Downs to Business podcast where Jeremiah Smith and Josh Downs, Caleb Downs. Yes, Caleb Downs. All three of them, but Caleb's Downs. We're talking about the importance of this game and them understanding it and calling it the team up north and all that shit. Do you know that your players know? Like, for instance, the Iron Bowl. Obviously, every single year, the Iron Bowl is a big one for Auburn. Gigantic one. For you guys now, every single game you have to win because it's a national championship conversation. Auburn wasn't at that stage. So, like, do you acknowledge that there is heightened hype maybe from the other side or from fans? Like, how do you kind of address that? Or do you say, all right, we don't care what everybody else thinks. We're trying to win this particular game. How do you address that type of stuff with all the noise and hoopla, as AJ would say?
I try to minimize the noise, knowing that the players are hearing all these things. So what I wanted our players to do was think that it's going to be about what we do. So let's focus on what we do to have to go execute and play our best football in the game, and things will take care of themselves. But when I think when you play in these games, especially on the road, which Ohio State's going to do and Alabama's going to do, you have to have resiliency because it's going to be difficult to play on the road. But that difficulty is what creates an opportunity to have a great win. So if you focus on the right things and look at it as an opportunity, and, you know, I said it last year. I mean, these Ohio State fans, they're psychotic about this, man. They all need to go to see the doctor someplace. I'd rather win the national championship than beat Michigan. That's just me. All right. Although I'd love to beat Michigan, don't get me wrong. When I was at Ohio State last year, we beat them up there, similar situation, except in reverse. They were ranked really high. We had already lost 2 games. And, you know, we had a terrible negative week of practice, but Woody came and talked to the team and said, this is an opportunity for a great win. And that was the difference in the mindset of how we played. And they played tight, and we played loose, and we played ass over tea kettle and won the game 14-9. I remember that game from 1981 as much as any.
And that's because the Ohio State people let you know, finally. Yeah. Finally, you guys get a win up there, I assume. And you saying these people need to go see a doctor about it I remember like it was yesterday up there at Notre Dame. You're cold as hell, and you're telling these Ohio State fans, you have a chance to win a national championship. What are we even doing? You were visibly upset in the moment. But I think that is, if you don't have that from a fan base, that's not good either. You know, so that's how the Ohio State people view it. It's like, oh, sorry, we expect to win around here. That go coach at Colorado State. What does that mean for UConn? I don't even want to get into that. Have you heard about Mora going to Colorado State, Coach Saban?
No, I have not heard that, but I don't know why he would do such a thing.
Well,
so
should have called you.
Congrats, Colorado State. Rams got good one.
Got good one.
They got good one. The UConn grads that we have talked to, you know, Darius Butler, Dan Orlovsky this morning, just saying, what guy's going to Colorado? He's leaving UConn to go to Colorado State, and we told him those
Are you actually doing this, or is this just a talk?
This has happened.
Done deal.
It happened last night.
Oh, it's a done deal.
Left UConn to go. This is Pete Thamel. You know it's real. This is the authority right here. He left UConn, have 2 9-game wins seasons. You get it. Massive for UConn. Brings them back. They have a Blitnikoff finalist, a potential Heisman playing quarterback. They're not in a league. They're independent, just like Notre Dame. Nobody ever talks about UConn. Nobody talks about the downside of being independent. We're starting to learn it right now here. Moore goes to Colorado State. We didn't know Colorado State was in the Jim Mora market, and I don't think the UConn people fully understood that Colorado State's a better job than UConn right now. That's a little slap-in-face reality, I think, for UConn folks. But Darius Butler wanted to go on the record as saying, we thank Jim Mora for his time and services to UConn.
Thank you, Coach.
We do appreciate that. Crazy time right now, Coach. Crazy time for coaches right now.
I like Jim Mora. I think he's a really good coach and thought he was a good coach when he was in the NFL as an assistant and as a head coach. So it's great for Colorado State, I think.
We think.
Not so good for UConn.
Yeah, not so good for UConn. Yeah, and that's Orlovsky's take. Maybe Orlovsky and Darius Butler need to go coach the team.
They should.
Maybe co-head coaches. Dan, you just coach the offense. D-Butt, you just kind of get the defense. You guys come together for team meetings. Maybe shit talk each other in those meetings. You handle it however you want to handle it. You handle it however you want to handle it in this entire thing. UConn losing their coach, Colorado State, is crazy. Let's talk about maybe losing a coach to a team in your own league that you have to play a couple times next year while you're in the middle of maybe a playoff run. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Coach, I understand, at this point in the year, if you have a team who is potentially going to make the playoffs, then it needs to be bunker mentality. Hey, don't listen to any of the noise outside. We have everything in front of us. Let's take care of business. But in a situation with Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss, is there any way that this is not a distraction for the players going into the Egg Bowl? Because this isn't just Twitter and newspapers, TV, radio, whatever. You can't go anywhere without hearing, hey, Lane's leaving, or is he not leaving? He's going to make a decision on Saturday. Like, if you're a player on that team, or I guess if you're Lane too, like, how do you try to handle this situation? Because it feels like it's gotten so big. It's to the point where even if they can say it as much as they want, it's not a distraction. Let's go out there and win. Let's just play the game. Like, it is a distraction because literally everyone who watches college football or is associated with the game is talking about this.
Yeah, well, I think you have to be upfront and honest with your team, about things like this. And anytime we had a disruption or a distraction, I brought it up to the team. And I challenged them to handle it in a mature way. An example, when we got school shut down, we were in the first day of spring practice. They say, you got to go home. You can't practice. COVID is here, so we're shutting it down. I called the team in and said, hey, look, this is a great opportunity for us. Whoever handles this disruption the best is going to have the best chance to win the championship. Who won the championship?
Oh,
so
you guys, that was you. Yeah, I remember. Was that in Indy?
Yeah, how you handle disruptions and distractions like this determines the maturity of your team and their ability to stay focused on the things that matter. That's what maturity is. Can you stay focused on the things that matter? And what people are saying on the internet doesn't really mean anything. So stay focused on the things that matter, which is how you play. You want to play in the NFL someday, you want to get drafted, you want to make more money next year as a college player, go play good. That's what you need to do. So that's what you need to focus on, not where your coach is going to go, not what's happening, not what people are saying, and nobody knows the answer to that. But it isn't an easy thing to control outside noise, but that's the way I always try to do it.
Yeah, but Coach, you're doing the Pat McAfee Show. You got to be retiring soon. I need to know if you're going to be around. These were the questions that were coming up. Remember when he started? I don't know if you even saw these, actually, because once again, the internet, what a fairy tale place in your mind of wherever it is, whatever it is. I know you love visiting the internet all the time. It doesn't know anything about it. But that was a real thing that started coming up. You had to answer those questions, for like the last 10 years of your career, right? Oh, Saban's going to retire. He's going to be done. He's already got the resume. He's got everything. He's going to get out of there. Those are the types of distractions whenever you're at Bama and already built the culture, right? As opposed to, hey, he's going to leave and go to another job.
Yeah, well, I had a couple of those. He's going to leave and go to another job. And I never talked to anybody about that. I mean, it came up on occasion, but the retirement thing was the big thing. That was the big thing people used in recruiting. And I think, once you get old, that's what you need to expect. So players used to ask me when I'd have them in my office recruiting them, they say, are you going to be here for my whole career? Are you going to be here for the next 4 years? And I would look at them and I would say, because of the transfer portal and all that, I would look at them and say, well, hell, are you going to be here for the next 4 years? So, it goes both ways.
Yeah, it certainly does. It certainly does. You had a hell of a run, but anything to kind of weaponize against a recruit or your current players, because the transfer portal these days, people are going to do it, which is why the Ole Miss crowd is so loud, and the LSU crowd is so loud, and Florida's crowd is so loud. And I guess we'll be getting the answer on Saturday from Lane Kiffin, even though I feel like somebody already knows. You know, there's a couple people on the internet saying, I know. I know one person who does know if there is a decision made and what it is, and it's this West Virginia Hilljack who just happened to become the greatest college football coach of all time. Coach Saban, whenever it comes to this type of situation, as being the OG and the man who's been there for everything, and obviously the story of college football is what Lane's going to do right now, and you're a mentor for him, like noted mentor. Do you feel pressure? Do you feel pressure in this for Lane? How do you kind of view it when you're giving answers to him? You're just speaking strictly from like your perspective, or how do you kind of, I'm not going to tell you to tell me what he's saying or what your conversations are, but how do you view your conversations with him whenever he's trying to figure out his life, which is a huge decision. This is a gigantic decision, and he has his best team that he's ever had in the moment. Like, are you speaking from your personal perspective? If you were him, like, how do those conversations kind of go?
Yeah, well, I try to give him my perspective from my experience. I've been in a few situations like this, whether it was when I was a defensive coordinator at the Cleveland Browns and going to Michigan State, stayed there, finished the season, hired 5 guys to run the Michigan State program while we played the last 4 or 5 games of the year at the Cleveland Browns, went to the playoffs. So I think everybody has to manage their situation relative to where their heart is and what they feel. And I know that in Lane's situation, every coach wants to coach their team. I mean, it is really, really hard to up and leave your team, and every coach wants to coach their team. And, I gave a big speech about this last week, on game day about the calendar should be set up so every coach can finish the season with his team. That's good for the players and it's good for the team. So, and the circumstances in college football right now don't really allow that to happen, because of when the transfer portal hits, when the early signing day hits, you're still playing games, you're trying to get in the playoffs, and you got all these things to deal with. So, hopefully maybe we'll take some of these changes and put them on a calendar where it's a little more, it's better for the players, and you don't have all these guys getting fired 5 games into the season.
Yeah, and to your point, the speech that you gave on Saturday, I know you don't really look at this type of stuff, mega numbers, dude. Mega numbers, and everybody seemingly agreeing with you as well. So the more of those that you have, let's go ahead and let those fly. You remember, you don't want to be the commissioner. Everybody was saying whenever you were final 10 years at Alabama that you were going to retire because you want to retire. Now that you're retired, everybody's saying they want you back into doing different jobs, do this job. So what you need to do is sit that incredibly genius brain right on that set and start pontificating on what it should look like, because then everybody else will have to do it. Because if it doesn't start happening, guess who's going to have to fucking do it, buddy?
Yeah, but I need inspiration. And, you're my inspiration. So if I'm going to have good speeches, you got to bring them out.
No, do not do that. We did try to, every once in a while, you'll see when we're talking about something and he's just sitting in the middle, it's like, oh yeah, let's see if we can get this. Hey, it's in there. We know the right answer is in there. So Herbie does too. Herbie's supposed to talk about something. It's like all kind of decided we are going to talk, because we want to hit, there's so many things that we're trying to hit up there. It's like a team effort as it's kind of going. And there'll be something that Herbie's supposed to hit. He'll hit it, and then immediately his brain just goes, I think there's more meat on this bone over here. And he'll go, Coach, I just kind of want to. And then I'm like, yes. You see me turn my chair, actually. It's like, yeah, let's go ahead and start doing this. And I want to let you know, you're fantastic at it. And everything that you say, not only does the resume make it legit, but also everybody's like, yes, that sounds like the right answer. So we appreciate that you do it. In the calendar setup, I do think you're going to be able to initiate a little bit of change. You talk about guys getting fired in their first 5 weeks at a place. I mean, the first firing this year that was mega is obviously up in Penn State. Here's a Penn State alum, AQ, who has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, my alma mater is obviously in a tough situation. They're trying to find their next coach. With every time there's somebody mentioned of interest, that person signs an extension. What would your strategy be in today's game of trying to hire a new coach, and also does not being a part of the NIL and transfer portal, for instance, a former NFL coach, does that have its challenges?
Yeah, I think that, first of all, I think that these coaches are actually looking at not just, it used to be, what's in it for me? Like, what kind of contract are you going to give me? How much are you going to pay me? But that's not the case right now, in my opinion. I think people think that, but I think every coach is going to look at what is your financial situation relative to being able to put a roster together for next year and the year after that. So, and right now, because we don't have any rules governing this in college football, everybody can have their own deal. So if that's a good deal and you can build a roster, then people are going to be more interested in that. Now, what it does is give a coach that somebody has interest in to use that as leverage to get his current situation better, or say, this is a much better situation at Penn State or wherever it is, because people are going to look at that. If you don't have an opportunity to build a roster in this day and age, and it's financially based, and I hate to say that about college football and student athletes, but that's where it's at, then you're not going to have a chance to be successful. And the expectation is that you will be successful when they hire you. I don't know about the Penn State job. I don't know enough about it. I know it's a great school and they got great tradition. But I don't really know enough about their current situation from a financial standpoint, how they've used the revenue share this year relative to how they can move it forward to the next year. I don't know any of those details, so I don't know how interested people really are in that job.
I think they have a lot of money. From my understanding is they have a lot of money, but I think the issue is like all the people that they thought they were going to get, like all the home run hires for them in their eyes, because whenever they move on from James Franklin, it's like, all right, who now gets a chance to come? And then all those schools are like, that's cute. Actually, is this good? Yep. Is this good? Is this good? Is this good? And then all of a sudden, the well runs dry quickly for them. And I think that was a backfire that none of us, I guess somebody probably projected or predicted it would happen, but I don't think Penn State folks saw that happening. Now, there's a new name that has kind of popped in that I think you know pretty well.
Yeah, Coach Brian Daboll obviously got fired from the New York Giants. I have been very loud thinking that his resume is very, very good and he should be the next guy. I know he coached under you. What are your thoughts on him?
Oh, I love Brian. He did a great job here for us. Offensive coordinator. We won the championship with him calling the plays. He's been in the Super Bowl several times with Belichick and won. I think he was in a tough situation at the Giants, but I do think that he's a very good coach. He's a bright guy. He's a good recruiter. He relates well to the players. He's a good teacher. He's got a good offensive mind. He'll be able to put a good staff together. I think that would be an outstanding hire.
NFL guys going to college. Obviously, you were Browns before you went to Michigan State. I think, obviously, Pete Carroll, I think, was in the NFL with the Patriots before he was at USC and had success and everything like that. Matt Rule, he was in the NFL before he got into college. Like, there's a lot of NFL coaches that have made their way into college and have had success, but there's also NFL guys that have come into college and not had success. Daboll, with you and what you saw, you think he could be a college football coach full-time? And is that something that, I guess we don't even know if he would want to. We've been kind of pitching him for the, do you know?
No, I don't.
Yeah, we don't even know if he
hoping.
would want the job. But, that's the conversation because everybody saw Belichick not do well early. And they're like, well, the NFL guys doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have success. It's a different world. What are your thoughts on that whole thing with Daboll potentially being a drawback is that he was an NFL guy?
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing here is if the guy has never coached in college, it is a little bit different. Recruiting is different than the draft. Developing players is a little bit different. Numbers are different. When you can practice are different. How long you got with the players is different. There's a lot of different things. So if you've never been exposed to that, then it takes you a while. Either way, if you've never coached in the NFL and you're a college coach and you go in that direction, it's a big change. If you're an NFL coach who's never coached in college and you really don't understand, how you got to operate in college, that's a big change. So I had two sets of notebooks. I had all the stuff when I was in the NFL, whether it was Houston Oilers, Cleveland Browns, Miami Dolphins, whatever. They were in these boxes over here. And then I had all my college stuff over here. So wherever I was, I just pulled that drawer open and went to work. That's how we did it. But I had been in both places, so it was a little easier for me to adapt.
Oh, no, I get choked up thinking about it. Yeah, thinking about it. You coach so much in both leagues, get choked up. Football life, man. Hey, thank you for your service, Coach. We got emotional, too, there. We got emotional, too, thinking about it all. You just having everything documented. I think that's what we learned about Bill Belichick. And I think you were referring to Bill Belichick there. Like, Bill never has done college. So, like, your first time experiencing anything, there's going to be a whirlwind of information. And he's a smart guy. We think he'll figure it out. Like, we think he will take it in and figure it all out. But it happening immediately almost seemed like a pipe dream from the beginning because he had no experience at all. But what we learned from working with him with the draft, he types his notes. He has diligent notes for like every situation. Are you similar to him in that aspect?
Yeah, I keep notes. I wrote up every player that we ever recruited, strengths, weaknesses, critical factors. Is this a guy that fits in our system from, a character, intelligence, attitude standpoint? Because I think those things are important, especially when you got to know the situation that you're in, and you got to know your team. And, here we needed guys that wanted to be really good because they wanted to be really good. Because the standard was we need to win every game. So you can't come here worrying about winning a game. You got to come here about being the best that you can be. And everybody doesn't think that way. And, I used to tell recruits all the time, everybody can't play for the Yankees. There's different kind of pressure, a different kind of expectation. So are you capable of that, or are you looking for an easy way? Because there's not an easy way here. It takes what it takes. So are you willing to make that commitment? So that's the way we operated. I don't know if it was right or wrong, but that's what
it was right. Look right below here. I don't know if you see them. It's just all the trophies. Yeah, it ended up working out. It was the right way. But having the self-awareness of your situation and the type of players you need for that type of building is certainly a big one. One guy that was in your building that's now in a situation that you need to find the type of guys that can handle it is the Dallas Cowboys. Go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned Tyler Booker on the offensive line. How about the defensive line and Quinnen Williams? They've kind of stepped up completely, and all the clips coming out of Quinnen Williams are hilarious. What does he mean kind of to the Cowboys locker room, do you think? And what do you think he brings to the Cowboys that maybe they were missing before?
Yeah, well, first of all, Quentin is one of those guys that, he wasn't a highly recruited guy in high school. I don't even know if he had any stars, but we liked him as a player. He came here, he worked his tail off to become what he is. He got bigger, he got stronger. The guy is a very good player, and he has got the right work ethic, attitude, because he developed and came up from nothing in terms of his athletic career. When I say that, I mean, it wasn't like he was some high-profile guy that, just everything was kind of laid out for him. He worked his way into being something that people didn't think he could be, and I think that carries over in his competitive personality, how he gets along with people. This guy is a joy to be around. I know his teammates will love him. And I think he's going to be a great addition for that team chemistry, not just as a player.
And that's what Jerry Jones said. Jerry Jones said, I got guys that are coming in here that are going to be able to stop the run, but also going to be magnetic personalities. Feels like that is what Quinnen is. Quinnen is magnetic. He's from he sneezed and then he blessed himself. Yeah. That was the first time I saw him. Yeah. Bless you. Thank you. And I was like, this guy is awesome and unique, but certainly has been there, done that through the Alabama world. And then now he went through New York. Now he's at Dallas. Feels like a perfect time. And his face mask is awesome.
So sweet.
You see that, AJ? His face mask? I don't know if he had that really in New York or not. It is sweet over there. Yeah. He's living a whole life. All right, Coach. Happy Thanksgiving to you and the family. We'll see you up in Michigan.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, guys. Appreciate it. And, I wouldn't give up, just so everybody knows, when you ask about all these coaching jobs and is there a perfect situation out there and all that, I would not give up being on this show for 20 minutes a week to go coach someplace. That's just how much I like it. So I appreciate you guys for that. Ooh. How about that?
Hold you to that.
Oh, man.
Yeah. How about that?
Hey, they pay you a lot of money over there, Coach. It's something you should reconsider. We'll be around. We'll be around if you need it. But on that note, we're very thankful that you take time out of your life to share wisdom and insight with us. You're the man. It's been an honor to work with you, alongside you, and also, I think I could say, become friends with you. And on that note, I want to learn a little bit more. What's the side of choice for Coach Saban here at Thanksgiving? What does the meal look like in your eyes?
It's as traditional as you can get. Turkey, dressing, gravy, little mashed potatoes, green beans. Just the most basic That's what I love.
Pumpkin pie, apple
goat.
pie. What do you do at the end?
I'm not a big pumpkin pie guy, to be honest with you, but I like pie. I'm big on sweets, so we'll hit something. Whatever Miss Terry has, I'll be eating.
And you're gonna sit your ass up too when she brings that shit to you. Okay, let's sit. Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT, Coach Saban.
Yeah, Coach.
Sit up.
Jeez.
How about Miss Terry? How about Miss Terry? Do you
Watch
think
the
I
football,
carried
right?
this whole thing around here for you just to sit there? Please have a little respect for this entire scene. Everybody's kind of circling you. She is. She's a fantastic person, as is Coach Saban. And whenever I say, like, I feel like we've gotten to the point where we're friends, I do think that we are actual friends. Like, he will look over at me for something, and, like, the way he talks to me is not as if I'm, like, a player on his team. He talks to me as if it was, like, a friend. Like, I'll say something, and he'll be like, he'll talk shit about something to me, and I'm like, I think I'm friends with. Are we friends?
We peers?
Wait, are we friends? I didn't know we were like friends out there, but he is deep down his heart. He's just a football guy from West Virginia, man. You know, like that.
He's awesome.
An
What a legend! Like, is anyone going to But is anybody going to touch his 7 national championship? Is any other coach going to touch that?
Maybe Lane, man, if he stays at Ole Miss. Jeez.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Yeah, it just you know, Coach Saban did a lot about coaches staying with their team. Like, he should be allowed to stay with his team. And Coach wasn't, like, saying he was going to leave. I think what Coach Saban was saying, he should be there shouldn't be the counterpoint about him not staying with his team, especially with where this Ole Miss team is at right now. Now, last night, obviously, the brand new projected playoff from the CFP committee. This is the most important one. This is the one that matters at the end of the day. They slide Ole Miss. They move up Oregon. Now, is this because of the clause, you know, about maybe if you don't have your coach, we're allowed to judge you differently? Well, Hunter Yurachek said that is not what we're talking about here. He actually did a little bit of a human thing when Reese asked him a question.
But there was a change at 6-7 with Oregon and Ole Miss swapping spots. How much of an impact potentially could it be on Ole Miss if it's determined they don't have their head coach in the field?
6-7. But seriously, Rich, we didn't have any discussion.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is our
Was Reese setting him up for that, you think?
It feels like a work. Feels like a work.
Doesn't feel like a great time to use that one.
They should
most important conversation. It was the most important conversation coming out of the week before. It was Miami Notre Dame. Still a chatter point. This week, the most important conversation was the Ole Miss situation, strictly because of the clause. And then Oregon gets its first big win in some eyes. So this is the conversation coming out of it. Now, Joey Galloway has thrown himself right into it. Good luck out there, Joey G. Good luck out there, Joey G.
I love Joey. I love Joey.
And Joey will stand on business, by the way, and then
Yes,
he will
he
go
will.
golf in 20-degree weather, and then he'll come back and stand on it again. I don't think he is worried about that, but he has his opinion, of course. But the 6-7 thing, this is our fault. This is our fault.
Well, he officially killed it. It's dead.
No, because not only the 6-7 thing potentially being dead, I would like to apologize to everybody that it happened, because I do feel like we were a part of it whenever we were saying, Hunter, we need to get better.
Need
Like,
some pizzazz.
We
Is
said
that what you
that-
meant? That's not what you meant?
And then on game day, I looked at the camera a couple times where Reese was like, yes. Reese didn't know what I was about to say. Reese goes, Hunter Yurachek, athletic director from Arkansas? Precisely, yes. That guy needs to be better at his job. And it's like, oh my God, there's no way that was supposed to be said about him. But what I was trying to say is like, hey, you're a very pivotal piece of this college football season. So we need you to be great at your job. And it is 100% on us for saying, I need you to be a human. We need you to do this entire thing. Don't look like you're reading a script. So I think he was trying to add a little pizzazz and be a human in there. I don't think he was trying to disrespect the situation, even though that's how everybody else said. So I would like to apologize for maybe being an influencer into that situation happening at that particular situation, the biggest one of the week. I will take accountability for that. For that, Hunter, I appreciate you trying to add a little pizzazz. I don't know if that was necessarily in the tool bag. I don't know if that was necessarily the toolbox, sorry. I don't know if that was necessarily your thing, but we appreciate you trying to be a human in there. Now, what did we hear from his actual answers, though, whenever he was talking about 6-7 or any of the other situations around the CFP?
Yeah, so the only movement in the actual playoff bracket last night was Oregon jumping Ole Miss, and that was coming off the win against USC. So obviously the committee liked that win enough to put Oregon ahead of Ole Miss, and they're also looking at the eye test and stuff like that, is what she said about why Oregon passed Ole Miss. Now, some of the other talking points, Miami is still in there as what you would assume a ACC champion. Now, they have a long tough road to get to the ACC championship because SMU and Virginia, they hold their own cards in their hand. If they win, they are in the ACC championship. So Miami at this point most likely would have to be in an at-large. They are creeping up the rankings. There is a chance now when you look at them that Miami could potentially get in as at-large. And now that they're right next to each other, now Notre Dame and Miami comes into play in the head-to-head. Now there's a lot of people saying, does the head-to-head matter? Does it not? There is a incorrect thing on that graphic right there. The best win for Notre Dame is not at 22 Pitt. It's probably against USC.
Right,
yeah, so like that's a talking point. A lot of people are really, really pissed that BYU isn't higher. Their only loss on the season is at Texas Tech, and they have a lot of not only ranked wins, but also wins against teams that are bowl eligible.
Who was the new AD that was brought in the CFP committee?
I think it was from Utah.
Oh.
Knew it.
But I think Utah actually, I don't know if they, Miami jumped Utah last night too. So that was something as well. But there's a lot that's going to happen this weekend. A lot of rivalry games. A lot of those teams are playing in tough games. So nothing is obviously set yet. There's a lot to be done.
What about the home of the Dukes, JMU? How come I'm not seeing them? I don't get to follow along every single game that they play, but I've been told by their people that they should be in a conversation here.
It's because the conference that they play in, the strength of schedule is absolute shite. The one team that they've played.
Is that their fault? I mean,
no, it's not. The one team that they've played was I believe they lost by 14 to Louisville, and Louisville just keeps continuing to lose, which is not helping their case at all. But it's a lot of I don't know if it's against JMU. It's just against the people don't think they've played anyone good at all.
Okay, got it. Okay, well, thanks to the College Football Playoff Committee coming to an agreement here. What, Ty?
I mean, I never thought it's just setting up like let's go to 16 teams or whatever, so then we can stop doing this. And I know that we like having the Tulanes in, we like having the JMUs in.
There's a lot of people saying.
Well, exactly. I think they put out the hypothetical spreads of the first round matchups. Like Tulane would be a 21.5 point underdog at Texas. Like, do we really want that in the first round? Do we want another thing that we had last year? I understand we need some of these smaller schools who don't really get a shot to shine to get in there, but do we? I mean, do we? It just like let's get the 16 best teams of the nation in.
Okay, so we talk about Tulane maybe going in there. Okay, I guess PFT James Madison grad was tweeting about this. I guess they just lost to Texas San Antonio.
Damn, that was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, but still, like that team shouldn't make the playoffs.
But on that note, this is what college football is all about.
I know more teams get a shot to shine.
Tulane does have to play in a conference championship game, so it's not necessarily going to be Tulane.
Starting 16, counting down to 1.
Yeah, that's not that much
might
different.
Be North Texas.
You know what I mean? National champion. Yeah. I think we can add a little bit with 16 as opposed
I agree.
to 12. 12, well, Bell, 16. You got a lot of things there. Mean, green.
Yeah, exactly.
Machine.
12 isn't bad.
Which is Tulane, by the way. Mean green.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they are?
Yeah, not against UTSA, though, were they?
They're the Green Wave.
They're the Green Wave. Mean Green is actually
docile
North
against the
Texas. Who
Roadrunners.
might get in?
Yeah, North Texas, Eric, he got a job.
Morris.
Yeah, no.
Oklahoma State.
They're not putting that team in without a head coach.
They
They can win whenever.
He's coaching through the playoffs, whatever.
Okay. I'm sure that'll be okay. I'm sure that'll end up working out well. I'm excited to see how it all kind of plays out. Have the greatest Thanksgiving of all time. It's an incredible football weekend. I hope you guys get a chance to enjoy it with your family and friends. We'll be back on Overreaction Monday. College Game Days on Saturday from Ann Arbor on ESPN and on X. And in this time of thanks and gratitude, we would like to say thank you to all of you for allowing us to do this for a living. It is outrageous that this is what we do for a living. And yeah, thank you so much. We'll try to enjoy it every day as long as you'll have us. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Goodbye. That felt like a good one there.
Oh, yeah.
The Thanksgiving one. Did you hear the gratitude mention in there, AJ? Because that's the other word for Thanksgiving.
It was perfect. Yeah, I did hear it.
Anytime I'm trying to say thanks to people, there's thanks, appreciate, and gratitude. You can kind of mix those up so you're not hitting the same ones. But there needs to be more words that are saying that because we should be very thankful for everything. Could be dead.
Could
go.
Exactly.
Any day.
You have no idea. Oh, let's not think about that.
There's animals tones about to get this weekend, right?
Well, the
They're
winners.
about to be dead.
The winners. The book is the sports book's about to be dead. The winners are about to be alive and well, brother. And we're hunting them, aren't we?
Yes.
Let's get to a break. On the other side, we're going to be making our picks against the spread. Hopefully, we'll be an open hunting season and making the right picks. As we continue here on YouTube, ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, TikTok Live. Anywhere else?
X.
Okay, on X.
Did you say that?
We appreciate. No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say one.
We appreciate you all so much. We'll make our picks and then we'll go into the greatest Thanksgiving of all time. Maybe the greatest Thanksgiving Day slate in the history of the NFL.
Yep. Yes, I agree. I think it looks like it before. Now I think it will live up to the hype as well.
All right, let's make our picks. AJ's seen it well. Let's remember that. Be your friend, tell a friend something nice might change your life. Take 5.
Five.
On the way here, Eugene smoking on some new green, changing up routine, gratitude, truly.
I'm all the way in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up the routine, gratitude truly.
Feel like new school, Dean. Life's pretty cool. G3 jobs, few means tank top, blue jeans.
So this is insane. I'm the 5th guy ever to ride this motorcycle. It's a 1996 Fat Boy. They've been doing it since 1999. It's called the Leader of the Quack.
You can call me the leader of the quack right now. Quack, quack, quack.
The guy currently, his name is Matt. He's a dog. He's wearing a different jacket today, and he told me to wear the one he's wearing. This is a Grateful Dead one, so I'm gonna wear this one. Leader of the Quack coming in 3, 2, and
Move shots, view screens, movie star, 2 scenes, bank account juicy, cancel you me, boogeyman spooky, folks watch who sees, hating folks dookie, yeah you waiting for. Yeah you waiting for, dookie, yeah you waiting for, dookie. Yeah, I'm up here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, checking out some new scenes. And you waiting for?
Were you the one that I beat the hell out of tic-tac-toe and Rochambeau?
I just beat him at tic-tac-toe. Hook, line, and sinker. You're the worst tic-tac-toe player of all time.
Yeah, get out. Undefeated. Completely different. You guys came down into the thing. Boom!
Go!
Make me wanna put my hands up and hang my heels up and smoke some tree and give me the Oregon Ducks to get a huge win today. A little bit softer now, 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 a little bit louder 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 now.
Don't let that shit happen again today.
Let's go big. Oh yeah, man. Oh, get it. Oh,
Thanks, bro.
Jack, you got anything to say to the team here?
Oh, man, you guys keep crushing and firing everybody up. It's bigger than you guys, and you guys are the friggin' best.
Boom.
Thank you, Jack.
That's amazing.
Yes.
God damn, I needed that.
I got back to shape. I best shape of my life. I felt like I just throw people through walls. Oh, shit. What's happening?
What the fuck is this?
We interrupt your regular programming with breaking news. We have reports of a UAP approaching Indianapolis. They have messaged to officials they are coming to take over the world.
Government agencies have been alerted that they plan to land and activate Earth's Armageddon switch.
This is literally the scariest situation imaginable, a true doomsday scenario. Please stay calm, seek shelter immediately, and pray to whatever God or higher power you believe in.
What is that?
What? Landed here?
I think Indianapolis. What? So that can't be.
We gotta go find these motherfuckers.
Yeah?
That's what we need to do.
I think it sounds like something that you should do. Jack Carr. Yeah. I don't know. We need to.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
All right, then let's go. Yeah. Let's. Fuck these pieces of shit.
Let's get them.
Oh, there it is. That motherfucker. It's here. It's here.
It's the button.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
Hey, do you have a rifle?
No, I got something better. I got something better. Jack, I've been saving this.
What?
Yeah.
What is this thing?
What?
Ask for a rifle. What is this?
Yeah, it kills aliens. Yeah, I bought it online.
Well,
Deep web.
That's certainly convenient for us. All right, here we go. Hey, will you be my spotter?
Oh my God, it'd be my honor. Let's go kill these motherfuckers.
Let's do this.
Where are they?
I don't know. I think they're coming. Looks like they might be coming from right over here.
Yeah, it looks like I see their fucking ship. Let's get them. They're not gonna get to that button, Jack.
Nope, they will not get to that button.
Is
that one of them?
Yeah. Black helmet, Carhartt khaki. He's walking right at you. Go ahead and tap. Yep. That's it, Jack Carr. That's it, Jack Carr. You killed that son of a bitch. Oh, there's another one. He looks the exact same, a little taller, a little bit more awkward.
A little more awkward?
Yeah, he's in the same spot though. Go ahead and get him. Go ahead. Yeah, there he is. Good hit, Jack Carr.
Two down.
Two dead aliens. Not on our watch. Oh, he came down backwards. This one's showing you his back. No respect.
No respect.
Kind of a disrespectful alien here as he drags his carcass around. Looks different. Oh, all three of them stacked up.
Nice.
Jack Carr slaying aliens. Oh, there's one more. It's a big one.
Oh, he looks like an eater.
He is an eater.
Oh, man.
This must be their supreme commander. Look at the size. He's looking at you, Jack. He's coming at you, Jack. He's coming at us, Jack. Get his big ass, Jack. Boom. This guy's trying to take down our planet. Go the fuck out. That's it, Jack Carr. Go back to where you came from, you sack of shit! Hey, good work. Dude, amazing. That was awesome. I mean, they were gonna fucking come in here. I mean, they just popped up and they just shot him right in the fucking head.
I don't know. Good thing we saw that newscast when we did.
Well, that's why they do the live alert. I don't know. Did we know that? That's still
I feel like that should have been disclosed when we bought this place.
the legit. Let's go and talk to the boys.
Amazing. Let's do it.
What a life you live.
Man, I'm just glad you had this rifle and I had those binos. What are the odds of that? I mean,
I could see him.
good thing I carry those with me everywhere I go.
The big one at the end really ate some fucking pain.
Yeah, I feel like he stopped somewhere on the way in for a snack.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. What do you think, boys? Fucking Jack Carr's here. that's not enough reason to buy his new book, I don't know what is. Fucker just saved the earth. And nobody would have known about it if it didn't just so happen to happen right here with all these cameras. Thank you, Jack Carr. Thank you, Jack Carr.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack. Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys.
Three-time World Saver Jack Carr has done it again. We're all mind blown that a global attack always seemingly happens when Jack Carr comes to the Thunderdome. But boy, we're thankful he's always there to save us all. On that note, Jack Carr's new book, Cry Havoc, is available now. It's a Vietnam-era thriller and the 8th installment of the multiple-time New York Times best-selling series Terminal List. Hell yeah, Jack Carr. Hell yeah.
Let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. You ping! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. This is the Thunderdome that turned into a movie theater earlier as we had an early screener of Is This Thing On? Created, produced, directed by Bradley Cooper. Hour 3 begins now. Football! Hey, Jay, did you see how cool this looked out here? I don't know if you got good eyes on it during the open, but we had a projector up on top there, obviously screen. Boys found their own seats from around the Thunderdome. We had popcorn, we had snacks, and we had an early screener of Is This Thing On? Which obviously Bradley Cooper authored, I do believe is the title or the descriptor. He wrote it, he directed it. I think I saw pictures of him shooting it. He actually had the camera. It's with Will Arnett. It's a... we watched it this morning. I think it has a 90...
Yeah, like 92% score on Rotten Tomatoes. It is certified fresh.
Yeah, it is certified fresh. It was nice to dive in there. You can it's a very intimate movie. And Will Arnett, obviously, I think we would all say, Will Arnett, yeah, we like him. But I don't think we know a lot about, very lovable in this.
He's good.
Very
he's really
relatable in this movie. And they're saying this could potentially win some shit.
Oh, yeah.
I guess this could really win some shit. So we're incredibly pumped for Bradley Cooper. And thank you for the opportunity. We loved it, buddy. We did. Now, we started a little later this morning than we thought we were going to. So have we seen the final 25 minutes of the movie? We have not. But we will say, getting to that point was awesome. Coop, you killed it.
Hell yeah, Coop.
We're going to watch it afterwards. Thank you for the opportunity to do that. That was wild. That was a crazy situation. Like, hey, here's a movie that is 90 what?
92%.
From Bradley Cooper. Okay. He was like, would love the boys just to watch it and let me know what you think. It's like, it's good. It's awesome. We'll cook popcorn at 8:30 a.m. in the morning. Yep. And it's incredible. So it was a cool morning here at the Thunderdome as we launch into an incredible Thanksgiving weekend with great ball in store. The Talks at Tables here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, AP Tone is here, and 12-year NFL vet, Super Bowl champion, Hey, Keith Shipley's here.
What's up, boys?
Last holiday, obviously, we had a little situation where Skelly got stolen from your front yard, then returned. That was a beautiful thing. That was a beautiful thing. Now we're at the Thanksgiving time of the year, and it feels like we know more about teams now than maybe ever. We know that the offensive line is going to be the determiner on whether or not they're going to be able to win a Super Bowl, and we know that you deliver every single week the top 5 performing lines around the NFL just for that week that just happened. Coming out of week 12, who's the number 5 performer? Whoa!
The Chicago Bears.
They're doing everything right up there in Chicago.
They really are. I love this team, and I love this unit. Obviously, it starts with Darnell Wright, the right tackle. But watch the scheme. Motion Cole Kmet into the backfield because they don't want him one-on-one with T.J. Watt on the line. So create the angle, create the downhill, and now you just cut and make it easy. Look at the double teams finishing in the end zone. That's Chicago Bears football right now.
T.J. Watt got a strip sack for a touchdown. Chicago Bears offensive line gets in there. Is that because that was on Caleb, not on the offensive line?
Did you hear what J.J. said?
What did he say?
He said that he would have liked to have seen Caleb get rid of that ball because he had plenty of time to get rid of that ball.
Should a team rush for 100 yards to be eligible for the list?
No.
Okay.
Don't have to. It's a passing game sometimes.
Okay.
And they pass it.
And
they pass
that, though. You don't really talk about the passing game much.
Well, because, I mean, we're getting 4 teams a week basically running for 100 yards. It used to be 10.
He took a team off his list because they couldn't pass block this week.
Bingo.
and it made me upset. Let's just put it that way.
I think it's a big deal. You got to be able to do it both. That's
I
why
agree.
you're. That's why
I
you're.
agree.
So you want to know the?
But you've never done this before in your life. But I do understand you're saying it's the state of the game.
Well, we have to because that's what the game is today, and that's what it is right now. And I told Foxy this. The way I go about this, every Monday I watch every run, and then I come back on Tuesday, I watch every pass.
Okay.
And so Tuesday morning, I turn on the Detroit Lions. They can't pass block to save their lives right now.
So you had them on Monday.
They were number one
Jahmyr Gibbs
through the runs. They were unbelievable.
Rushed for how much?
219.
Yep.
Yeah.
219-yard rusher.
AQ, what is that? How come you can run block and you can't pass block? I know Penn State is incredible in the run game, obviously the pass game too, but as a unit, why can they not pass block but they can run block?
It is two completely different worlds, run game and pass game. If you have these monsters and these guys can get hip to hip on the double teams, you can run it. And if you got a good back, they can make you look even better because Gibbs does as good as anybody in the league at setting up blocks for his guys. Lean this way to set up the block, get off on the double team, cut back to the left, and boom, he's gone 70 yards, right? Pass game, they're not doing nearly as much play action as they did a year ago, and obviously you're seeing that uptick happen with Ben Johnson in Chicago, but now Dan Campbell's calling the plays, and they're going drop back pass, and they're just not very good at pass blocking right now.
Okay, so you had to take him out of the top 5. Guy rushes for 219. This offensive line not good enough to crack the top 5 in the entire NFL. Number 5, Chicago Bears. Seems like they're getting it all right.
Yeah, they are.
Congratulations, Chicago Bears and to Zito. Feels like victory stakes around the corner. And also, Zito, great work on setting all this up, brother. Great work on all of it. Let's go to the number 4 performing offensive line of Week 12 of the NFL season. Kansas City Chiefs, of course.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Not of course. First time on this year. I think first time maybe in the last 2 years.
Yeah, which makes sense. It's against Colts.
That's right.
The biggest issue with the Chiefs is whenever they don't have an offensive line. Now they have a top 5 performing offensive line out of nowhere because they're playing the Colts. Tell me how.
Well, because they got back to doing what they like to do whenever they win games in the playoffs, and that is run the ball. They ran it 41 times for almost 150 yards in this game. Pass protection was great. Oh, and guess what? Let's get back into this stuff. The creativity. Motion. Kelsey into the backfield. Send Mahomes left. Fake the sweep right. Pull the guard. How good is that?
Face mask.
How good is that?
Bring it back.
I understand that they're treating the Colts like a playoff game because they're the number 1 team in the NFL and they're having their fun and they're doing the entire thing. But to, I guess, kind of echo your point even more, Patrick Mahomes is able to throw it too whenever he needs. They ran it 40-some times. He was able to throw it a bunch of times, and it was all because of the protection. Now they lose Trey Smith. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that hurts them definitely. But I think Josh Simmons, you see him right there, number 71, the left tackle, being back has made them such a better unit with Trey Smith. It's a really good unit. Trey Smith out, Caliendo's got to step up, period.
I love that the motion move is Travis Kelce telling the crowd, let's make some noise here. Let's make some noise here. Come on. Yep, you know what's about to happen. Give me the ball, and you know what I'm going to do with it. This is going to be a touchdown. This is kind of what Chiefs football is, though. It's fun. It's a good time, and their speedsters are crossing all over the place, and Patrick Mahomes has time to do his thing. Congrats to Chiefs playing like it's a playoff game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was good stuff.
Did that touchdown count?
Yeah.
No, there's a face mask. It didn't count.
No, it didn't. You were just talking about them being creative. Let's go to the number 3 performing offense. Anything.
The hell?
Anything to make the Colts look bad, I guess.
I'm just watching film. I didn't see the flash.
I mean, what are we going
Hey,
off
but
of
let me also say this. They ran that formation 4 times in that game. One of them was in overtime, which was the big run that got them down. You get it.
Yeah, there he is.
It's coming. There's going to be 50 plays off of that now.
You think Chiefs going on run? Chiefs is now the Chiefs again?
I think they might be.
Oh, is that right?
You sure?
Because who's this?
Because this is who they got to play this week.
It's going to be a hell of a game.
Number 3.
The Dallas Cowboys, number 3 this week.
5-5-1. People say they're too deep in a hole to make a playoff run, but is there a chance with how good their offensive line is, I guess?
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the right tackle, Terrence Steele. First of all, their guards are phenomenal. BB's back at center, phenomenal. Terrence Steele got to cut off Jalen Carter. Watch this vet move. Get underneath, pull his hair down. Yep, do all the things. No holding call. And then we get the 20-yard run ripped right up the middle.
Which you're allowed to touch. You're allowed to grab the hair.
Well, you can do whatever you want as long as it doesn't get called.
No,
that's part of the helmet.
Yeah. No, you can tackle them by their hair. It's not a horse collar. You're going to tackle.
That's right. That's Jalen Carter, though. That's a fierce 3 technique. He gets underneath them. That's big-time stuff right there.
So they're playing defense and they're good at offensive line all of a sudden?
And look at CeeDee Lamb getting involved. Look at him getting a nice little block that springs it right there. Boom.
Yeah, he locks it up.
Great block.
Yeah. Look at that. It's pretty good stuff.
And also keeping his feet clean. Don't roll up on me, please, God.
Fun fact about the Chiefs and Cowboys, they're both currently the 10 seed in their respected conference. So big one this
And they
week.
both need one. They both need one. All right, who's the number 2 performing offensive line out of Week 12 of the NFL? Welcome back, San Francisco 49ers.
Well,
welcome back.
Certainly a good thing they had the run game going because Purdy was off early. I mean, just a tick off, but he was off. Let's take a look at Trent Williams. It obviously always starts with him. Look at this little underneath move. Make it look real easy. Climb, easy kick out. Use checks the other key. Kick out. I mean, just walk in the end zone. How good is that?
He made that look very easy. 71 is who we're talking about here. He just grabs the guy, turns
Look how
the
fast
guy.
he gets up there. Look how fast he gets out to him. Like, come on, you have no chance if you're a defender to that.
AJ, you don't want to get in close. He's got him in a hug. He's in his body, and then he can literally just do whatever he wants, and then he just shoves him as if it's a casual day at the park or maybe in a turkey bowl somewhere around America.
That's the best tackle in this era right there.
Really?
AQ, if you're 8 yards, 8 yards deep as a DB or a linebacker, and you see Trent Williams sprinting at you, and you realize the ball's coming right behind him, like, good luck. Like, what are you supposed to do there? Chop him down and try to create a pile and get a penalty, I guess?
Yeah, it's an absolute nightmare. And Foxy, if you can run it back to the beginning, AJ, you know this. You've seen this play a billion times. This is the old school crack toss. You see the receiver on the left right there. That's the crack. You normally pull the tackle. They use his athleticism to run through and get the angle. There's a handful of teams. Miami Dolphins do this, which obviously came from this system, but San Fran has been doing this, and they use Trent Williams' advantage of his speed and athleticism to get up on that backer.
Best tackle of this generation, you said about Trent? Yeah, but I thought he was tipping plays. Remember that?
Yeah, he was.
Right.
Yeah,
he was.
Remember when the internet said he was tipping?
Oh, yeah, because his foot was bad. How about him just not even celebrating? Just looking right, seeing him score a touchdown. And then,
Well, he's definitely letting that guy. He turned immediately back to the guy. And I don't know if he said anything, but he certainly let the President's 71 go ahead. And Jawan Jennings, he will crack back, by the way. I think people do get mad at that. I think he turns, looks, touchdowns. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let me walk by this guy. Just what a legend. Been there
awesome.
so many times before. Imagine you have a Trent Williams on your team.
I do.
Have we heard any updates?
Yeah, Will Campbell starting left tackle to the IR for 4 weeks.
Okay, but not
season ending.
Okay, that's huge.
Dodge a bullet there. It's MCL, right? Not ACL. It's good.
It's huge.
That is big. And I didn't like that about him on this. I didn't like him in that cart with that thing. And I was like, man, so promising. Like this year was supposed to is special. This is a special year. This is not cool that this is how this goes. Especially with how misfortune can kind of be a big part of those injuries, especially on the trenches side. So for you guys to lose both your left side of your young offensive line is a bummer. Hearing that they could be back or he could be back, great news. That is a very positive situation.
Yeah, and starting left guard who got hurt, you're referencing, he's not even in a boot today with the ankle that he had a problem with. But I am worried about the Matt Stafford MVPers like myself because Drake May goes out there without starting left tackle and left guard and throws for 300 yards.
It's going to be hard to keep him out.
It's going to be hard not to start screaming that.
It's going to be hard not to give him the MVP. This guy doesn't even have an offensive line. All right, let's go to the number 1 offensive line coming out of Week 12 of the NFL season. Seattle Seahawks, congratulations. Congratulations to the Seahawks. They're just doing it all, aren't they?
They really are. And it starts with play, action, pass. It starts with running the football, and they do all of that extremely well, which only makes them better pass blockers. Let's watch this single combination between the center and the right guard. Bradford and Olu. Olu with Timmy. Boom. Look at that shoulder. Pop him back on the center. Open up the hole. Climb. Look at Cooper Kupp. Body the DB.
Damn.
Out in the secondary.
Wow.
Let me say one thing, too, about the offensive line. Their job is to get you to the second level. The chunk runs happen when receivers buy in and get the blocks downfield. And you see it between all the good teams in the league. It's Cooper Kupp. It's Jawan Jennings. It's all of the receivers getting downfield. You even saw with CeeDee Lamb. That is what creates the chunks and the explosives in the run game.
The guy up there, number 11, double sticks up there,
Yeah.
he's leading the league and everything. He might be the guy. He was down the field blocking there.
Yeah.
You know, so let alone Cooper Kupp, who was quadruple crown winner in the past in the NFL. You also got the number 1 wide receiver in the NFL running down the field, chasing down a corner or a safety. Now, granted, he's scared to death that he's running a route, so he has to it's much easier. But who cares? He's bought into the entire process. And let's talk about Jackson Smith and Jigba a little bit. You pair an offensive line with Jackson Smith and Jigba. You were saying that with wings wide open. You think this team can flap those wings to a Super Bowl with this combination?
I really do. You just mentioned it. He's leading the league in receiving yards, but let's talk about him as a technical wide receiver, doing all the things right, all the fundamentals. Right here, send him in motion, 3rd and 6. The route is designed to go to Kenneth Walker on the out route. Nope. Got man-to-man coverage on the safety. Safety has no ball skills. Yep, we're throwing it up. Look at the body at the end.
Stacks him.
Stacks him, pushes off a little bit. You can always get away with that. Makes the play. Incredible job by him. Now this one right here. Take the inside release. As he takes the inside release, watch him bend back out to get the safety, then go back over. It's all of the little things. That little bend back out gets him wide open on the over route. And then we got one more here. This one's incredible. If those top of the numbers extended into the end zone, this ball with a single high safety should be thrown 1 yard inside the top of the numbers. Bend back out. Get him out. Yep, open it back up, right, and come inside.
Oh, he's just controlling these guys, basically, and selling everything. It's his third year, right? Is that accurate?
Yes.
Third year?
Mm-hmm.
So he's obviously developed through it all. Age, did we know that he was going to be this dude? He's a technician. Obviously, he's incredibly talented and athletic and gifted and all that shit. He's also a technician, it seems like, this guy.
Yeah, he's lightning fast, too. You watch him get on top of DBs and like gets right in there, all up and stepping on their toes, as they'll say. Makes him worry. But, yeah, I think if people in Ohio – they've been talking about this dude forever, for a long time. He kind of went under the radar a little bit at times at Ohio State because they have so much talent. But, yeah, the guy's an absolute monster. You see, like, he's not a big, intimidating guy either when you look at him. He's just so fast and he's so good at running these routes and knowing. Also, his ball skills are off the charts, man. Some of the balls that he catches and converts to touchdowns should not be touchdowns.
Yeah, to AJ's point, like the legendary Ohio State wide receiver receiving room, Marvin Harrison Jr., Olave, JSN, Garrett Wilson, they all kind of unanimously said, hey, JSN's the best one. It's just he didn't play his senior year at Ohio State or whatever his last year was. Then he had Shane Waldron, which is kind of the wide receiver killer, it seems like, at this point. And now he has Clint Kubiak, and he's absolutely destroying guys.
Oh, yeah, he said that. And then he say sorry or something?
Yeah, he said that about the Bears last year. Then he was there with the Bears. Bears goes how it goes. Roma Dunze was terrible, and now he's really good because Waldo's out of there. And then
well, Ben Johnson's in there, but yes, sir.
Ben Johnson as well. But yeah, it seems as though JSN has found his bag, bro.
Yes, and he's found his quarterback too. And his quarterback has said, "Thank fucking God we got this guy." So there's the top 5 performing offensive lines out of Week 12 of the NFL season. We appreciate the hell out of you, AQ, doing
Appreciate
that.
you
Now,
guys.
let's go ahead and pick the Thanksgiving slate and the Black Friday game, and then we'll pick 2 games from the Sunday slate. We're way too far removed on who's playing, especially at this stage of the season, so it'd be hard to pick all the games that are going to happen on Sunday, especially with all the news that's going to roll out. So we'll pick the Thanksgiving slates, and then we'll pick the Black Friday game, and then we'll pick 2 from Sunday that we have to select. Now, AJ, Green Bay Packers take on Detroit. Jack White at halftime. Detroit favored by 3, 52% of the money. Who do you like? How do you like it?
I mean, I would assume Green Bay is a little bit offended that they are dogs headed into this game. I understand it's only 3 and it's on the road, so they give it to the home team, but I'm taking Green Bay here. I think their defense stands up once again, and hopefully Jordan Love, gets that ball in the end zone 2-3 times.
I'll tell you what, man, I don't like that you're doing that, but I see it the same way. Give me Green Bay +3. And maybe it's me just celebrating with Micah, watching the highlights of him just taking over games. But it feels like he can do that. He feels like he can take over games. And it's not just him. I think the defense is very good over there.
Yeah, I agree. And, for a long time ago, obviously both these teams are in different spots, but like he was very dominant in that Week 1 game at home against Detroit too. I know Penei Sewell is obviously he's one of, if not the best right tackle in the NFL, but Micah fared pretty well against him. We'll see, if they can heat up Jared Goff a little bit. Obviously the big concern is there's a chance that they give up 400 rushing yards because Jahmyr Gibbs could have 10 carries and rush for 400 yards. But, yeah, exactly. Jeff Give him hell Halfley will be ready to go.
Foxy, how do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at all of our losses so far this year, it's against teams that have really good defensive lines. The Packers have a great defensive line, so that worries me. And to Ty's point, our only chance is if Gibbs runs for 400 yards. We got to pound the rock. We got to control the clock. That's our only hope. So if we can do that, we can win this thing. Because it's at home, I feel better about it. That's all I'll say there.
Going to be going up to Michigan this weekend. Would like the vibes to be high off a Detroit win. Jahmyr Gibbs is fun. Kelvin Shepard's the D coordinator. Give me the Detroit Lions favored by 3.
You could take a -2.5.
I'll do that for sure. Give me that. Also, Jake Bates, the super duper UXF, super duper FL guy. He's going to do well. I like the Detroit Lions favored by 3. Kansas City, Dallas Cowboys. Kansas City favored by 3.5. Post Malone will be performing at halftime. The Dallas Cowboys are getting 69% of the bets. Do you think they continue the run that they had at the end of the last game, or do the Kansas City Chiefs have the end of the 3 now is what the spread could be?
Both are out there, yeah. If you want the Chiefs, you get them at 3. If you like the Cowboys, you get them at 3.5.
AJ, who do you like? How do you like it?
This is a tough one for me. I'm very high on the Dallas Cowboys and what they are doing offensively and defensively, but I'm going to have to go trust my instincts. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs here at -3.
I'll be taking the Chiefs as well because I just saw them do what they did to the Colts, and I like the Colts still. So I kind of need this one, actually, to be the Kansas City Chiefs. Although I do like what Dallas is doing. I appreciate and respect them, and I love that Post Malone's going to be performing at halftime. Will there be a collab in there or two in any of these? We shall see. Cincinnati, Baltimore, nightcap on NBC. Baltimore favored by a touchdown at home into bank. Little John at halftime. Joey Burrow back for Cincinnati. Same with Jamar Chase. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it? At this time, we're going to be struggling for energy, and then these two teams are going to light it up for us.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw. I watched Joey Burrow, I believe, his presser yesterday, talk about growing up watching the Lions. He did mention a little thing saying the Lions would lose usually when he was watching them growing up with Calvin Johnson and Matt Stafford. But he said he wanted to be that guy on Thanksgiving. So I think Joe gives this team a jolt, and I think 7 is a lot of points. So give me Cincinnati.
That's a lot of points, man, especially a division game on Thanksgiving, man. Joe Burrow's back. Give me Cincinnati +7 as well. Let's go to Black Friday, shall we? Bears at Eagles. Eagles favored by 7, getting 56% of the public bet. Who do you like? How do you like it, AJ?
Oh, man. I like the Eagles on this one. I think the Eagles' D-line comes to play. I know the Bears' offensive line is very good, but I think the Eagles find a way to get it done in all the chaos. And if they don't get it done, they might get beat by 21. So, but give me the Eagles.
And on that note, maybe I'll take the Bears +7. That's a lot of points, man, especially for Black Friday.
You know what? Give me the Bears. I'm flipping. Give me the Bears.
Okay, I like that. Hey, all right. Hey, I like what you're doing right there. I do that move all the time. You very rarely are a flipper flopper. That is not really your thing. But that's a lot of points for a Black Friday special super football game on Prime. And let's pick 2 games here from Week 13. I'm going to pick Texans-Colts. Give me the Colts. -4.5 in the Loud House. J.J. Watt on the call. Cannot wait to see this Colts team bounce back after a loss. And then Steelers-Bills. Bills favored by 3.5 in Pittsburgh. Go ahead and give me the Buffalo Bills. Favored going into Acrisure to get a huge win. Tone, do you hate that or love that?
No, I love that. I mean, Josh Allen off potentially his worst game in 5 years, 10 days rest. Yeah. He'll probably get it out at a 0.5 seconds, which will be his quickest of the season. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, but also Pittsburgh. I mean, is Aaron Rodgers coming back?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to play last week. Which is why I was had so much faith in them to beat the Bears. He doesn't play. So then all of a sudden, I don't think that was his decision. Sounds like that was doctor's decision. All of a sudden, that changes everything, including the aura and the moxie. Aaron Rodgers' return.
Him and Josh love each other.
Cool.
Josh was squirming on the field. I think he might be hurt.
It doesn't matter.
Really?
Oh, yeah, twice. And usually, I'd be joking, but he looked like he was in genuine pain on Thursday.
And they're coming off a bye week, or no? They had Thursday?
Yeah.
So we haven't seen him since then.
So 10 days, haven't seen him since. I don't know if there's been an injury report, but it looked like he was in a lot of pain.
Anytime you see a guy, like a big, tough guy like
that.
Handsome guy, thank you.
Smart, funny.
Kicking his legs down on the turf like that after he gets hit. It's like guys in the NFL don't usually do that unless they're like something really, really hurt.
Especially Josh.
Yeah, exactly.
Who,
Exactly.
once again, incredibly charming and tough and
funny.
handsome. He is funny. So much moxie, so much talent just radiating in that arm and that body. Great hair.
Perfect amount of scruff.
Oh, what a dream this guy is. Couldn't imagine anything better.
Must be cool to have hair.
It is, man.
Yeah, I know. All you guys.
You got hair. I've seen you grow that thing out, too.
How'd it look?
Yeah, I didn't know why that decision was made. I thought we already had your look forever.
You ever go with just mustache, AQ?
No. You want me to do it?
Yes.
Can you imagine how awesome you would look?
Handlebar, Tuttles.
Handlebar looks sweet, but handlebar for a little bit, but then you got to shave it off just into a straight, old man stash for at least a day or two.
Agreed. But Paul Tuttle Sr. We need Paul Tuttle. Hulkster.
Next week.
Can you still grow the sides out, Q? Like, classic horseshoe pattern?
Yes, that's what he did.
Yeah.
It was blonde, too.
Yes.
I mean, you could grow Amish as well. Just cut that fucking mustache off. Just look like a goat.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Oh, you think about just here?
Yeah.
Chin strap.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely need the
tunnel.
How have we
John
not did the
Fetterman look?
tunnel?
You
Yeah.
should do all these.
Yeah, you should explore the space because it looks like it's pretty strong here, not so much here. You know, you were gifted on the face, not so much here, and also your body. This guy's got wool. He's like a sheep.
Yeah.
You know, and what's that little song about the amount of wool on the sheep? Do you have the kids singing? I guess this man had all of it. He had 2 balls or rolls of whatever the fuck it was.
I do my best to shave that as often.
You got
as I
lasered.
can.
Remember, you were getting lasered.
Yeah, that didn't work either.
This guy was going and
Didn't
getting
work?
so painful.
Where'd you get like your back lasered or what?
Pubes, everything, man, everything.
Oh, what do they do with your dong? They just sit there, your dong's right there.
Well,
Is there
see,
a
it's
laser?
great. You know, you just sit there, you open it up, you cover up, and you just.
Oh,
hey,
my
listen,
goodness.
you're not enjoying this as much as I am.
No, but he's getting bzzz. He was doing this. It was like a long time. It was taking a long time.
Peter over your head?
Doing his whole body.
Peter over your head? No way. Your feet aren't over your head, are they?
Yeah, well, you got to get in there, I guess.
Yeah.
We don't know what all he decided to do.
What if you walked in AQ's on a table in an exam room on all fours?
Like
getting
a
lazy?
turkey? Like a turkey
like he's
tied
on
up?
all fours. And he's doing like cat and camel so they can get to his areas to
Normally
laser.
he's laying flat with a hole in the table.
I'm telling you, with how hairy he is, I would say that is possible. That is like kind of feasible. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's have an incredible Thanksgiving. AJ, which 2 games are you going to pick? I'm picking the Bills -3.5 and the Colts -4.5.
Okay, I am taking the Jacksonville Jaguars -6.5 at Tennessee, and then I will take the Kirk Cousins-led Atlanta Falcons -2.5 against the Jets.
Get me off of the Bills and the Steelers. I'll take the Niners -4. I'll take the Browns +4. Give me back to the Bills -3.5. I'll stay on the Bills. All right, let's get out of here. You all are the greatest people on earth. We are so incredibly thankful. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life, especially at this Thanksgiving stuff. Let's remember that. You can disagree with people and still get along. That's what life's all about.
Hell yeah.
That's what ball is all about. And once again, you can go about your life doing your thing. Just don't be fucking dookie, dude.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Dookie. Might have heard the boys on that, actually. Little Dookie drop from the boys. You guys were in stew on microphone. Yeah, that is you guys. That is you guys on the Dookie in the background there. So thank you for just such a good fucking delivery of Dookie. Yeah, I mean, you guys absolutely crushed it. AQ, great show today, brother. Any wise words as we head out of here?
Hey, let's just be thankful and have all the gratitude for everybody as you sit around the table tomorrow. I am extremely grateful and thankful of all you guys. Happy Thanksgiving, boys.
Yeah, we love you, man. And good time to buy some gifts for some people. Get them a ticket to a live event. Our friends at SeatGeek right now. Code Pat McAfee, PATMCAFEE. Get $30 off tickets to anything. Playoff football is right around the corner. You know, there's going to be shows coming up, obviously concerts, you name it. If there's anything with tickets involved, SeatGeek is the place to get them. Doesn't matter if you're a new or repeat purchasers. $30 off with code Pat McAfee. There are some restrictions apply. It's a great gift, though. Tickets are a great gift because you're not just giving them something that's fungible and tangible. You're giving them a story that they'll talk about for the rest of their life. You're giving them memory. You're giving a moment.
Hell yeah.
And that's from our friends at SeatGeek. The greatest ticket buying platform on planet Earth and
The Boom.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice might change your life. We're in this thing together. Team on me. Team on 3. Have the greatest Thanksgiving weekend of all time. I love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you too.
AJ, fuck you.
Love you guys as well. Oh, you guys, come on now. You don't want me to. I'm dead. I'm serious. Yeah, I tell you all the time. These are the good old days. You know that.
These are the good days. We love
Enjoy it. We should enjoy it.
Behind the glass, we love you guys.
Love you guys.
Graphic design boys, we love you guys.
Love you guys.
Zito, man, we love you guys. Bill, we love you guys.
Love you guys.
Love everybody.
Love everyone.
ELE.
Love you guys. There's ELE. I have a ring on it. It says ELE. That's what this is all about. Thank you for allowing us to do this. Ann Arbor on Saturday. Let's enjoy it. Team on me. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team.
Team.
Goodbye.